go. Happy Monday, November 14th. Wow. The year flies by. The year really flies by.
It does.
Happy, I was going to say Wakanda Forever, but that didn't make any sense. Happy day after. After the day that Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiered globally, first nationally and then internationally, everywhere. So we are going to talk about it today. But before we do, first, I want to introduce our lovely guests for today. We have Tiffie Starchild and Tpindell. You'll find both of their links down below in the comment section. But before we dive in, I'm going to give you guys a second to like introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do, and you're going to be on the big screen. Okay. All right. So Tiffie, we're going to start with you. Right. 3, 2, 1. Take it away.
Wow, big screen. I'm ready. There's my face. So my name is Tiffie Starchild, and I'm a host and content creator. And you can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, and I'm just normally talking about nerdy things or going to Disneyland and taking pictures. That's what I do.
And she also gives like food reviews, and she's the PR for villains for Disney villains. Mm-hmm. There's things. And now T, go ahead and tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Right, what's going on, guys? I make videos for a living, content creator, OG creator, been around for a while. And that's pretty much it. And y'all pray for me at home because fatherhood is kicking my ass.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I forgot you were dad. I forgot. Yeah,
I ain't forgetting.
I hope not.
That's good. That's really good that you didn't forget. Out of all of us, you should not forget.
You should be the one to remember.
I went to go get some milk one day, and I don't know, man. Gray's growing in.
I hear that.
Twilight Zone.
Amnesia hit. He never went back. He didn't know where you were. But also, he I don't know why y'all come out here and don't say everything y'all do. Okay. He also has a podcast. He plays games. He does sketches. He also does what do you call it when you talk to people in the street?
Public interview. Public interview. Yeah, I'm in these streets. I'm out here.
Yeah. He's like, I make videos.
It's all over the place.
Okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in to talk about the movie. I was like, I definitely wanted to have guests on because this movie was it's a big deal. Not kind of, it's a really big deal, not just for us, but for the culture, also for the MCU. It's a big deal everywhere, all the way around. But before we dive into the movie, we have like two things. First, we're going to start off because we've missed our Ask the Audience questions that people have been asking for last week. But today, we're going to dive into the Ask the Audience questions, which everyone can answer. And then we have something we're going to talk about, and then Black Panther. And it's all just going to be about Black Panther. We'll have non-spoiler review and then spoiler review. Okay, so let's start off with the Ask the Audience. All right, GG interns. There you go. We're getting it together. So let's go with the first question. This is from Mikey WF. Mikey asks, do y'all have more faith in Ironheart's Disney Plus series after seeing Riri Williams in Wakanda Forever? I'll let you guys take it first. Like, we know how we felt about Disney Plus shows and how they fit into the MCU and how they may not be helping or maybe hurting or maybe helping in different ways, depending on how you look at it. But for you guys, and we'll start with our guests. Are you looking forward to the show after seeing Riri in the movie?
Yeah. I think that she was handled well. I think that she was a good balance to the seriousness of what was happening in the film. And I'm interested in seeing how they handle a whole show with just her. And I think that Disney is getting better at telling stories of people of color because they're allowing more people of color in the rooms that count. So I'm not as skeptical. I mean, like, I have a healthy amount of just like, don't fuck it up, Disney. I love y'all, but don't fuck it up. But I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic for the best. So I'm excited for the series.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, like that don't F it up aspect. And it's just a matter of time before somebody F's it up. So like Disney has been doing it for good. So I'm just like, don't let it be this one. And to be honest, even just seeing the movie itself, this is my first time in the theater since like the pandemic. I really just stopped going to the movies. You know what I mean? So it was dope. I was invited to a premiere. I seen it the first time. And then the second time I went with like friends. But it was just cool just to be back in there, hear that surround sound, everybody being quiet, all the phones away, not getting up, going to the bathroom or eating food or being. It was just like this is the main focus point. And the movie was long as hell. Let's put that out there. Shit was long. I'm glad I ate before. So but yeah, I really don't think they can mess this up, but they potentially can like overdo it. How some people like they try too hard to like. So we'll see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed. What you think?
And I'll throw it to Jazz. We'll kind of go this way.
Okay. Well, I liked Riri in the movie, and I feel like the only way I feel like honestly that they mess it up is if they go like the Captain America and Winter Soldier route, which is where they put in a lot of unneeded jokes at unneeded times. And then it just makes it just feel like the whole show is campy now. I feel like that's how they're gonna mess it up. I feel like.
Okay, Dwayne.
I agree with Jazz. Like, not too campy. Like, I like she's definitely from the hood. That's the first thing I said when I was in the movie.
Yeah, I love her.
Like when she was talking, I was like, oh yeah, I met her over here in Maryland before. I met girls like that, but it's like I would say I like how authentic it is because in the comics, I think her dad and her brother died in a drive-by. So it's kind of like, and you could tell a little bit of her character arc because like the way she was like, you forgot to Venmo me. Like she was being aggressive and, because, people will try to get over you, especially. So, I like her so far. I thought she was great. Way better than what I thought was going in, especially the way they tied it in. I enjoy her character. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch Ironheart for sure.
So for me, I'm excited and concerned at the same time. Like I loved her, right? And I do feel like it's going to be in different hands, right? Because I don't know if Ryan Coogler's involved in the show at all, if he's involved in the directing and the process, because we've seen how a character can really change depending on who's got their hands on the product and the project itself. Where I think that Disney has potential to mess it up would be in sloppy pacing when it comes to character development. Because we got a piece of her in the show, but we didn't get who this character is going to be, like who she is, right? Really, like what is her history? What is her story as far as the MCU is concerned? Because sometimes they make changes between that and the comics. And a lot of the times these Disney shows, they have very sloppy character pacing where the character's at point A and then at point B at the end, but there was no journey, and so I'm worried about that. And then also like the aspect of her suit, what's that going to look like in the show? What are the things that are going to be surrounding her story? Like her, I love. When she's in the Disney Plus hands, I am concerned. But, I am still going to watch it. And I hope that they don't change her as a character because I loved who she was. Like Dwayne said, like, somebody like her, us as like our melanated glory, we know somebody like her. And I don't want that somebody else takes her and then that's kind of taken away, So those are my concerns. But let's jump into so shout out to Mikey. Thank you so much for sending us a question. Don't forget, if you want to send a question for the Ask the Audience questions, we do post that on Twitter, Instagram, and the community post on YouTube, and then you can put your questions there. But we also do voice messages, which we missed out last week. So we've got 4, but they're really quick. And you can do that if you interns go ahead and drop the link in the chat. So that way, if you'd like to leave a voice message for a future episode, you can click that link and leave a voice message. But we can... Oh, Mikey's here. Shout out to you. Sometimes the people ain't here. So shout out to you, Mikey. So let's jump into the first voice message. I can say who it is if they didn't say their name because I remember, but I didn't title it. So interns, take it away.
For you is, if you could choose any TV show to be redone as an anime, what would it be? Bye.
So that was
Hey
Sebastian.
guys, it's Sebastian.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
So if you could take he said any anime and make it as a TV show?
Any
show. Show, make it as an anime.
As an anime, the other way around. Ooh.
Oh, that sounds like a good question.
I know Charlie, it gotta be like Chucky for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, because nah.
I don't think he
That'd
really
be
watched the
I don't
show.
know. Chucky as an anime would be kind of fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie to
It
you.
would be, but if it's based off the show, I'll be all right. If it was based off the movie, then I'll run with it.
Yeah.
I know my answer.
What's
I
yours?
don't know
yours?
mine. I'm gonna go last.
Powerpuff Girls.
Hey, that's fire, though. Hey, that's one of my favorite
That
cartoons.
would be a good
dog.
anime.
Yeah.
That would be good. You
It
can see
kind of somewhat is.
each
for
character's like
real.
little character art, especially that episode of Bubbles when everybody thought that she was soft.
Yeah, and they
she had
finally
to- she
pissed
had to
her
show
off.
People,
Yeah.
when she got mad and was like, "Man, I ain't
She
so."
went
And she
crazy.
beat up a man. Come on now, that would be fire.
Fuzzy Lumpkins. That's my shit.
Tiffy, what about you?
I have two. Okay, so if it's a slice of life anime where I'm just like vibing and it's cool, I want to see Living Single because I think that would be dope.
Oh,
But if it was like an action anime or any type of vibe, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because that's just always been one of my favorite shows. It already translates well to graphic novel. So I feel like as an anime, that could probably work.
yeah, I think that would be great. I think as an anime, it would probably be like even better because I remember watching the show and even because he loves that show. He rewatches like every year. That and Angel. But I will say her dialogue's a little dated now.
Little bit. So yeah.
But as an anime, I think they could really pull it off. T, what about you?
I don't know. I'm gonna go like more old school just to see how it would be pulled off and go towards Martin.
I thought about that.
Just because the beef between like Martin and Pam, and then like
Pam.
sometimes Gina and Martin's friends,
Don't
and
forget
or
Miss
the
Jerry.
yeah, or you got like
Miss Jerry.
Sinead, Miss Jerry, like all the outside characters surrounding. Like what was the little one, the little snotty nose boy, Roscoe. It's just so many like different things that could like come to life just from that show in general, and just like some of the key episodes, like when the mama bird died or some shit. Like it's just so like
Oh.
bird.
Or the radio when the car was it the radio got stolen.
Yeah, he had the dog, the fake dog, because
Yeah.
an actual dog didn't get cleared, so they couldn't use a real dog.
I'm glad they could. It made it more funny.
Yeah, way
funny.
more
It was
funny.
funny.
Slapping that
It
dog
was
all
funny.
across the
With
table.
that dog, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, so I
They
don't know,
all
that's what I would
almost
go with.
laugh.
I would go with Martin.
I'm going South Park. Fuck it. That's something I can think
Oh
of.
my.
Hey,
They
yo.
kind of touch on it a
They
little bit
did.
in the show.
Yeah.
It was a
But I'm
Yowie,
That
bro.
wouldn't even be
I'm
on
going
today's
South
TV. That wouldn't even
Yes,
make
it would.
it. It wouldn't make it.
They still
Right.
airing. They going crazy.
Because they been airing, bro. They got
They can't cancel some shit that already like.
Yeah.
South Park ain't gonna get canceled, man. They fuck with everybody.
They do. They do. It's funny. I love South Park.
Even the video
Man.
game, like when it came
Yo,
out, like,
so
the
Video
tough.
game's fire.
Yeah, they were like peeing in snowballs and throwing them. Like that was
Man.
more powerful snowball. I'm like, yo, this is
Oh my gosh.
the game was it was crazy.
That game
Yeah,
was
the
fire,
game was
dude.
fun,
I played
bro.
both of the games like 2 times.
Game was
I
fun,
stuck
bro.
in them mugs.
That's funny. Dwayne, what about you?
I say the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like the old one, not the newer one. Like the old one would be fire. I think it would be great. I would love to see like what you call it, Jazz get kicked out the house by Uncle Phil in like anime form.
It would almost be anime. It would be like Super Saiyan.
Or
No,
just to
not
see,
Jazz,
even,
not this Jazz, not this Jazz. DJ Jazz.
I'm
you
like,
don't have,
nigga,
you
she
don't have
can
to
hear you,
differentiate.
dog.
We know what you mean. We know what you
And
mean.
then I was like, oh, never mind.
I was like,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
she
no,
right here.
no.
She
It's like,
hear
wait,
you,
what? Like, kick me out? Why?
Kick your ass. I'll get my other hoes up in here. Okay.
Even to see a Carlton dressed up doing them dances like that. That'd be
I need to see.
Yeah.
I need to see all of it.
all the
That'd
motion.
be fire.
Yeah, the motion.
Yeah.
I
effects.
just started liking that show like 2 months ago, man. I still got new episodes I can watch. Like that show is fire. I used to skip that show.
Which one? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's never grabbed me. It never was like bad, but it never really grabbed me. I was watching. It was either Martin or Wayne Brothers. But
Yeah,
I
Wayne
just
Brothers
started
too.
watching it like probably like a month ago, and I was like, man, this low key a dope ass show. And this low key legit my fucking life. I was like, my girls
Yeah.
like breaking it down to me. I was like, that is legit my life for real. I was like, I don't know why I ain't like this
They
show.
shipped your ass away, huh?
Yo, my
Got you up out of there.
sister got married. Her husband got drafted to the NFL. I moved with them to the burbs. I went from dirt poor to fucking rich.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. It didn't, man.
Yeah,
The
you
show
standing out
itself
front
was
like
actually
this.
good. I was like, man.
Where's the outfit?
I was
What
in
the
grass. Hey,
It's not. It was.
Like that.
Check the weather. It's not
Dwayne,
icy outside.
he was
Hold
topless.
on,
He was
Dwayne.
topless.
Like this, Dwayne. Let me see.
What? Do what? Oh, you talking about the
Shang-Chi?
Yeah. Hey, stop
He's
playing
gonna-
with.
but
He
all
said
these
he getting
other-
that on there,
This
G.
motherfucker
Like, you
does
know
not
what I'm
know
saying?
hear
IG
that.
stories where he's been working out.
Wait.
I thought you wanted to
And
see
it's
the. You know what I
training.
mean?
No, he's trying to see.
What's your answer, Christine?
Mine is Game of Thrones. That's the first thing that came to mind. I think Game of Thrones as an anime would be like absolute fire. Would be so fire. And I think it would add the horror elements. Like even how it opened was like kind of scary. Not kind of, it was very scary. But as an anime, I think it would be even more like they would be able to play with the kind of notes and kind of intensify a lot of moments way more. But keep the voices because Jon Snow in my ears would be great. But like
oh my goodness gracious.
seeing the anime.
I thought we was going regular TV episode. If you're gonna go that way like that, I would also name Breaking Bad. I would put Breaking Bad in the thick of it because I just the transition from a school teacher to this drug mastermind hit of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Heisenberg, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was meth.
Certain shows I can't watch because I just start treating like close people different. Breaking Bad is one of those shows. Like Narcos is another show.
Oh yeah, Narcos.
I start looking at people like, why do you feel comfortable talking to me like that? Right? And they be like, what? Hey, no more. You ain't watching this shit no more. But I get too much into them shows. So yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, what's the next question?
So since PlayStation is continuing many iconic game series like Resident Evil and Five Nights at Freddy's, what game or game series do you guys think deserves a continuation or a remake into next gen that didn't have one?
The Legend of Dragoon.
So since PlayStation is...
Oh yeah, it plays again. It plays again.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
turn something.
I did ASMR. He was in there.
Yeah, why is he whispering? Why is he whispering, bro? Like
He was at school. He was like,
Yeah.
He wanted to put on his best voice for the question. He said,
I know, knocked out on y'all ass too, boy.
You said Legend of Dragoon, Charlie?
Hell yeah. I want to play the game again so bad.
Oh, and it's a PlayStation game, right? So I can't say Jet Set. I can't say Jet Set.
Sly
Cooper is a great one.
I think we had this question before.
Yeah, for sure.
We did, but I think it was like in a wider scope.
You know what, Chat? You're right. Bully needs a continuation of him in college. It does, you know.
I would love Bully in college. Yeah, that'd be fire.
I would like for them to focus on that instead of, like they could work on GTA later. Like y'all already waited like
that's their bread and butter.
Y'all wait like a little bit longer.
Yeah, waited long enough. They put out.
It'll be 50 when that GTA come out, boy.
And y'all still gonna play it? What you mean?
It'll be 50. Yup, I sure am too.
But yeah, no, I'm still gonna play it. A PlayStation game. One that was pretty cool was Siphon Filter.
Oh, Siphon Filter was amazing. I used to play the shit out of that game.
It was a lot of fun. It was kind of like their Metal Gear. I think before Metal Gear or around the same time as Metal Gear.
It wasn't before Metal Gear. It was more like because you had to be stealth. It was like they took Hitman and mixed it with freaking with Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it was fun. It got hard as shit towards the end though. Like damn. And the funny thing about that game, I still remember playing that game because I still remember when they was going to my granny house. She had cancer because she was dying, and I did not care because I was only like fucking 9 or 10. So I was like, nigga, I'm playing the game. So
okay.
Christine did the same thing at the exact same time. They both.
I swear that's how I remember it. That's how I remember I was playing Siphon Filter.
I just could.
And Eunice and Jazz and Christine were like, y'all literally been at the exact moment, bro.
Nigga, I was little. That's all. Every time I think of Siphon Filter, that's the only thing I can think of.
You didn't lead with the 9 or 10 parts, so I was just like,
you don't know what cancer is when you're 9 to 10.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't think she was gonna actually die from it.
Yeah.
I can understand as a kid it affected you differently. And you were like, oh, video game. I'm more excited about this. Grandma, she been here. She's gonna be here forever, you know.
She been here. She's gonna be here forever.
That's the thought that kids.
Now that I'm older and I understand what it is, then now I was like, oh, definitely rest in peace. And she was still smoking when she announced she had it. I was like, what the hell?
You gotta go out with a bang. You already made that far.
By that time, I could
tried to beat it. I'd try.
Was that or Dwayne, did you say yours?
Oh no. Tiff, you go ahead.
I
I'm
thought
trying
you
to
did.
think. I'm still trying to think of one.
Mine, I don't think it was ever a PlayStation game, but I don't care. I was a big fan of Fusion Frenzy. That game
Oh,
was
That was
good.
Xbox. That was fun.
That's
That was
Xbox.
fun.
Yeah, that game was so good.
That was
Oh,
Xbox. Yeah.
Thank you, Kumari. But that was a very fun game, and you didn't even have to have friends to play with. You could just play by yourself against the computer, and it was still a good time.
That was said so cutely.
Yeah, he got that point across.
I didn't have friends to play with.
Right. I mean,
No, it's okay.
it's okay. You got friends now, right? Yeah.
It was
Play
cute.
games with you.
That game was a lot of fun. I loved Fusion Frenzy.
Hey, that was fun. Oh,
I
Dwayne,
used to
double
argue
cup.
with my siblings. You got the double cup.
Double
Double
cup.
cup
Look
on a
how he looked
Monday.
away. Look how he looked away
Stop
like
playing with me, bro.
He
On
said quadruple cup
on a Monday afternoon.
He said this that big boy walk.
He just went to
Okay.
Costco.
He said stop
He
playing.
got hold that bit
He
like
said-
this.
It's like,
Dog,
how many
that
levels
bitch
can you
winning,
go?
boy? Look, he on kickstand right now. Look at him.
He's got a
You popping
collection.
perky with it too.
Hey, chill. All right, chill. Let T go ahead.
I don't know. We kind of touched on GTA and we talked about some other older games, but I kind of like I always like games that were based off like kind of cartoon or series. So like an old school game that I would think is dope, even though it's not on TV right now. Like it's like the Beavis and Butthead game or something like
I didn't
something
know
like
they had
that.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I
they had
understand.
they had a whole like
Yeah,
Beavis.
yep.
They was like I don't know, like so like old school games like that was kind of based off. I
You
feel like they
know-
could have did that with so many movies. They could have did that with like Good Burger. Like, they
Ooh,
coulda-
yeah.
And that'd have been fire as a game.
Yeah,
That
like
shit
I mean,
worked.
just going through different tasks, trying to get the money, what like
Yeah.
different stuff like that. So
You gotta defeat the
Mhm.
Mondo Burger.
right.
You know what?
Right,
You know what?
hey.
Classic game. Well, at least to me, what classic game I feel like was slept on, but it was like a lot of people think I'm joking. It's freaking Michael Jackson on Sega. I don't know how like back far y'all gaming goes.
Wait, he had a
whatever.
game on Sega?
Moonwalker.
Yeah, he did.
freaking
Moonwalker, yeah.
fire, bro.
Yeah.
It was the
It was
stage.
based off the movie, right? Or yeah.
Yeah, yup. And then like when you get on, like if you get by the piano, you can like play it. He throw shit in the air and everybody start dancing with him. And there was one part you can get the what's the shit called when you see the star and he turn her like a robot and shit. When he turn, you can get in the robot. The thriller level, freaking fire. Hey, that game was dope as hell.
Or
It was
can
so many games, like,
criminal
even like-
lean and take a whole bunch of people out. He just leans forward, and then everyone just like dies.
Hey, man, oh man,
How
that
they
game was
lean?
so
How they
fun.
lean forward? Let me see the lean forward.
He leans forward.
But yeah, like RoboCop had a game. Like all of these
Mm.
old school movies had like their own game. Like
Judge
you know,
Dredd
so
was
that-
fire. It was
Right,
hard.
Judge Dredd was
Oh,
they had
Judge
like a
was
couple of
hard
those.
as
The movie fired. The
My
newest one they
God.
had.
I didn't even see the
Great.
But
movie.
that just doesn't happen. Like a Black Panther can have a game. Like you know what I mean?
Yup.
It's
They are
easy.
coming
Yeah.
out with a game. They are actually coming out with a game.
Good.
EA's making one. Open world Black Panther game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something I
there.
was asking. I think I asked a couple weeks ago if they still do those movie to
did you say
game
EA?
things because they had like a Transformers one.
They do Dragon Age.
Like back when Transformers was out, they were doing Transformers. It was like a movie would release and then a game would release right after, and it would be like some of them would be kind of cheap, but some were kind of fun, like the Transformers one. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they
I
were
don't
fun.
think that they still do.
They don't do
Still
movie
do
games
that.
no more, unfortunately, because it takes so long now. Would you guys
Yeah.
rather them like make like little games like that, but it's not like as
Nah,
like
'cause it wasn't too many good ones. though.
Not
it'll,
now.
it'll take long, and then even as a gamer, you got to worry about that music. That music gonna be all
Yep.
throughout the
Oh, as
game.
a streamer, yeah.
ruining Christmas.
yeah, as a streamer. Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, this shit, D-Mon, you gonna be looking.
And then you have the
Copyright.
license free, like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was not the same.
No.
That license free never the same.
And then Dwayne, did you say yours?
Oh yeah, no, I can't even think of one. I was thinking about like the PlayStation All Stars, like they make a new one.
Ooh, no,
Like-
that game was boo boo.
No, I'm talking I'm talking about like make a new one, like you know what I'm saying, like with Kratos, God of War, like you know you're fighting against. I think it would be fire. I
If
mean,
they,
I
if
think
they
they
changed
make
the
a
battle
better one.
system, I
That's
would
what I'm
agree with
saying.
that because it did have potential to be fire. I mean, because their PlayStation characters are fucking fire.
that's what I'm saying.
That battle system was the worst fighting royal system I've ever freaking seen. I was like, yo,
I know. That's why I said. That's why I was like, I still had like went to my friend's house, still had fun with it because it was my homie. But
Yeah,
like I was like, yo,
same,
this
my
junk kind
partner
of
had
like
it.
compared to like I'm playing Mortal Kombat, bro. Like
Yeah,
put
it's
on Mortal
crazy.
Kombat, bro. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like you know. So I think they should make a new one like with Kratos and all the new characters they got now. I think it would be fire. Everybody else making one.
I think Kratos
Multiverse
was in it. He was in All Stars.
He was, but I'm talking about like you know because I've been playing
I
the
knew
new
about it,
one.
just like
Yeah,
a-
the
yeah,
new
I
one
know
kind of
you
the
know,
new
yeah.
the new God of War right now.
I
This
did
guy,
touch
he-
that mug. Yeah.
Woo!
You mean Zaddy Kratos? That's what you talking about, Zaddy Kratos? Because
Hey, Christine, relax,
God,
Christine.
Christine.
so I haven't played the new one. I literally last week started the last one.
He gonna be on your HUD calendar too.
And I started. Oh, he is okay.
What about Thor? What about Thor? Not Chris Hemsworth Thor, the God of War
The
Thor.
Thor in the game.
I haven't gotten to him yet. I haven't gotten to him yet because I just started last week, and so
can we look at the comments on this question when y'all done?
Yeah, on the on this about some of the questions. Yeah. But when you're playing, Zaddy Kratos, when you're zoomed in on him and you see the abs, and I was just like, oof. And he got pretty eyes, and he's like stoic.
Hey, what is happening right now?
Going left.
He got the abs, and then the V muscle, and then it's just like,
you gotta go into the details, bro. Listen, we do it with about the girls too, like the booties and the boobies, and the booty, which in the movie of Angela Bassett's were giving, so
we don't do it as much as your HUD calendar. We don't.
No, because
the guys don't mention it as much, and I can understand why not. But still, anyway, everybody's beautiful.
His abs and his big, beautiful bald head. I mean,
I said the eyes.
I just want to kiss between his head.
I just want to rub the stubble.
You mean on the abs?
I just want to rub his roast stubble. See me going into details.
I rub his abs. Okay.
Okay, Christine. Okay.
So some of the answers, like Charlie was saying, he wanted to.
No, we passed the question. It was a gaming question. I was reading a lot of people's answers. There was some dope ass answers in there. But we passed that one.
You saw we can
freaking Dino Crisis, X-Men Legends, Dino
Crisis.
Oh man, it was a few. I was just reading them.
Dino Crisis?
I think they are. People been begging.
I heard rumor shit, but I didn't know about if it was for real.
Begging Capcom them to remake it, please, bro. They gonna remake
RE4 again.
No,
but they are.
I know.
They gonna run that boy.
They should say Resident Evil 4-4 because this is
for a remake of the HD version of the 2008 alternate timeline. I was like,
they gonna still call it 4 to piss people off. Resident Evil 4. Like, try to add that to the name.
Remake it again. And then the next generation of consoles, they're making it again.
Make it again.
I think
people gonna buy it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna buy
literally.
Hell yeah!
It's so sad, but
Last of Us just did that, right? Last of Us literally just did that. Just like
they did.
Yeah, but the Book of Guinness is between GTA and fucking RE4. I think they got a little thing.
So much better on this one. I'm like, shut your ass up.
Boy.
But okay, so next voice message.
Comic Zone, yeah. Ooh. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, bang, bang, gang, gang, bang,
just one,
our buddies, loyalists, and Chucky squad. What is up? Anyway, my question for y'all is, what's your favorite moments together? It could be on stream, like when y'all playing a game. It could be funny, heartwarming, loving moment, friendship moment. Or it could be like an off-stream thing or before stream thing. It could be anything.
I hate these niggas.
Okay.
I don't even like them.
I don't know these niggas.
I hate all these. I don't know them.
I don't know these.
Because I was gonna say I don't love these people like that.
I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, my favorite moments is every fucking pre-stream. When I say the funniest shit ever, dog, always like legit. But other than that,
or post-stream. I remember the one time. Sure. Okay, remember when we were playing Multiverses? And then after the stream, this thing I can say this thing. This is funny because it's my thing. I can say it.
So,
right.
One of my favorites because every time we stream, it's hilarious and it's a lot of fun, right? And then we have our pre-stream and our post-stream. But one of the ones that sticks out to me was we were playing. I think it was the first time we were playing Multiverses, and I don't know if I even streamed it, but I think Jazz, Dwayne, you guys were streaming, and then like I was then like after we said we were done, and then baby girl came and she was sitting on my lap, and I was trying to show her who, like, I think I was playing against Jazz at the time because I think Dwayne, you were like turning it off or something like that, and Charlie was just chilling there, and it was Tasmanian Devil against Harley Quinn, and she doesn't know what Tasmanian devil is. And I said, oh yeah, so I'm that brown one and I'm gonna
Oh, I
beat up the
remember.
white lady.
I
That's what I
remember
said.
now. I remember.
And then Jazz is like, then Charlie was like, oh, Jazz is still streaming. I was like, what? And she's like, nah, I just ended it. Thank God. And I was like, I
But
had
you
no
just
idea.
told it if it went past him. Wait, did they? I don't know. Go ahead.
Charlie the feds. Charlie is the feds. He said, but you
Hey, the
told it
feds are the
now.
sweet.
Yeah, no, but it's fine now. It's fine. She didn't know.
Yeah.
So saying Tasmanian devil was hard. I was like, oh, I'm the brown one and I'm going to beat up the white lady. So she knew, like, just to differentiate the characters. Okay. It was Harley Quinn and Tasmanian devil, you know.
I
There
did
we go.
not take part in any of this action. Okay,
I have no problems
wasn't
with this
there either.
I
rhetoric.
didn't take
I've
part.
been chilling, dog.
My name is Christine. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, okay, TikTok,
Okay.
at me. All right. All right. I said what I
Listen,
said.
I want what to be.
I'm
I
ready
think
for this
Dead
one.
by Daylight streams always be the funnest
I never do be
time. They the funniest and funnest times of Dead by Daylight because like when Jazz the killer and Charlie talks the
It's
most.
terrifying. He does.
The
No.
most. You
And
do.
he never gets got first. He's never gotten first.
I know. You think?
Listen, I be looking for
First time.
Charlie, but I just find you
look.
guys.
Charlie
then I have
and
to do
Ego when they're playing Dead by Daylight against Jazz, it's the funniest time, bro. No cap. It's the funniest time.
Man, all of them, I ain't like all of them moments of Dead by Daylight be top tier, man. That game, I ain't gonna lie, that's what made me want to play it more because like I don't even play the game outside of us playing it, but I've been wanting to play it. It was like I don't think it's been one time we played it where it's like, yo, this shit's like kind of dying.
No.
Like other games you'll feel it here and there. Dead by Daylight,
Mhm.
that shit just be funny as hell, man. And then
And
just
they
hear
got a
everybody
new character.
turn against each other where it's like, save me, I saved you, nigga, you leave and get the game. Like, oh, these niggas like the way big on,
Fight
like
in the right
Big On.
game too, though.
Wait, big on, yeah. I'm like, I've been on this hook for years now. Like, you know what I mean? Nah, but they are coming out with another killer called I forgot the night or something like that. And so yeah, that's the thing that's gonna be. Yeah,
I was
Jazz. Look at
so-
Jazz.
Oh,
Look,
yeah,
you hear
the night.
Jazz?
They said
You
in
see
that
Jazz?
chat.
Night.
No,
Night,
like are you
like-
saying like night as in dark or night
Like
as
a
in
the night, like with a
sword?
K,
Like
like
the night,
Ian.
like,
with a K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that type of night.
Okay.
Man, if they don't go ahead and
There you
stop
go.
playing and show Chucky some love, man, they been doing everybody else. Like, come on, man, give us a little dog.
is he not in the game?
I
No,
don't think they got one.
I would love to see a
African
little
yet.
Chucky chase you right across the
I
map.
agree. And he
That
gotta
was
have heart of
hilarious.
Dambala.
That's Jigsaw.
Like, don't play. Like, he gotta have his shit.
Oh, he got to have his powers for sure.
Yeah,
for
he gotta
sure.
have his heart of Dambala. And if he catch you, his more be fired. He just take over your fucking body. That's what he do. Because the whole point of Chucky is to take your body and then you trade spots. So that'd be a dope ass Maury. Like you can do that, boom, then you just be walking around looking like one of your fucking allies. At least you think they're your allies. Like, oh,
That'd be fun. Hey, don't give them
That'd
any
be a
more
cool
ideas,
power-up.
Charlie. You need to
hell
get paid for
yeah.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
man,
pay
That'd
for
be
that,
cool
boy.
if they did. But yeah, Jazz, I think you're left.
Oh, so mine are, even though y'all betrayed me in this game, Mario Party. Y'all all gang up on me.
Is
on
that Jazz
fucking
breathing?
game. Exactly. That's one of the moments I can never forget.
that was
because I
clearly
got
a content moment. I
unfairly
wasn't being
punished.
for real.
All right. Yeah, look, Christine can't even look up. She knows exactly.
Because that's
what
how I
I'm
ain't gonna
talking
lie. You said
Right.
it was the silence, right? Because he was like, "Who am I about to
Yes,
destroy right now?"
and we got
All of us were
quiet.
quiet.
He was like, he was like, who am I going to do this to? Like, take money from? And we were all dead quiet. He's like, Jazz, is that you breathing? And then just took your money. I was
I
like,
wasn't even being strategic. It was just perfect timing. Because it was like right after I had just got done messing with her. So I was like, all right, yo, I gotta just push it over the edge now. So I have to keep on going.
No, what got me was that I was laughing at the silence in that clip. I was laughing. So like you heard me kind of breathe into the mic because I'm laughing. So then that's when he was like, oh, is that you breathing? And then got me. So I was like, okay.
and me, I'm just like,
Yep. And then
I don't want to make
second
no
time
sounds.
is with the Among Us streams.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, that shit
And
was fun.
I would marinate the fuck out of people.
Charlie, right? Charlie.
Nigga, she played a whole game with me once, bro. I'm sorry, we was mission buddies, bro. I got to I'm legit on like the last bitch. I'm doing wire. That motherfucker just slicing out. Ah, shit. What the fuck?
And then there was one round where Charlie like completely trusted me again. He was like, all right, so yeah, I got Mebe. And as soon as he said Mebe, I took off his head. And he
Goodness.
kept running.
Hey, it's a moments, man, for real, for real.
That's hilarious. I think, was that the last question? Do we have one more, Intense?
Whoa, it's trippy. I'm just like I'm talking to y'all face to face. What's up? It's D Justin again. What's good? What's good? Jazzy, Dwayne. Oh, Charlie,
Just say no.
Christine.
Just say no.
What's good? My question for you today is: if you could be any animal in the world, what would you be? Like
Oh,
what? Like
silverback
if you
gorilla.
just had one chance to really turn into anything and be like, yeah, I'm a spider monkey or something. What would you pick? What would
A
you
spider monkey.
pick? I
I
want
gotta be
to
monkey.
know. I want to know. And I heard you got PG on there, so PG answers
Boy,
too.
how
I wanna
long
know
this
all of
question?
it. Bye.
I'd have been turned doggy off. I'm a silverback
No.
gorilla. Jazz is over there
Jazz
dying.
done, bro. Look at that. She turned
Just hear her.
around her
I hear her
seat.
on your mic.
I know she got the mic up off her mouth and still. That didn't work. But no, I'm going silverback gorilla. They dope as shit, and I think they actually smart as fuck, and they strong as hell.
Yeah, silverback's pretty good.
All I think of is Marfa. You know,
Marfa.
Silverback are fucking. It'd be either that or a fucking saltwater crocodile. Wouldn't be.
Say
Saltwater.
more.
I gotta
Saltwater
look that one
crocodile.
up.
Are
They
they?
gotta be able to Is that like food? Is that food? Or like that
You
don't
gonna
sound
be
like
food? Come fuck with them. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat them. Let me stop.
I hear that. We beat the alligator ass. That'd be some shit. See the way bitch ass nigga. I told you that. Oh, he really beating this nigga up.
That's terrible.
Oh my goodness. All right.
T, what were you gonna say? Tiff.
Go ahead, Tiff.
I would want to be a rabbit, but not an outside rabbit. Definitely like a spoiled inside rabbit of like a white girl, because I feel like they'd be really taking care of their rabbits. Specifically white girl.
This is wild. And I can't even be mad at you because we used to have a rabbit, but my mother left it in the basement when I lived in Maryland, and it died. Yeah, it froze. It was too cold.
That loves the cottagecore aesthetic, so she's gonna take real.
Y'all
good
rabbit
care
died
of
too?
me.
Oh yeah, we got a rabbit that died too. We had a dog died, cat died, rabbit died.
Yeah, walk off.
Yeah, hella hamsters.
Killed the rabbit specifically.
No, we ain't killed it.
I want my owner to be specifically a white woman because I knew I'll be taken care of very well.
My mama had your ass.
The rabbit.
That's not an option.
I didn't know that was a stereotype that we had. Like I didn't know.
Fox is cute.
The foxes are real cute, or a Bengal tiger. Those are my three options.
A Bengal tiger.
Well, one can eat the other two. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not in my multiverse.
I would be like a nobody said.
I saw that rabbit.
You did say an alligator. What you said? Alligator or crocodile?
Saltwater crocodile.
Crocodile.
Or a silverback gorilla.
Okay. I like the water. I would be like a whale.
A killer whale?
Nah, just like a regular nice whale, or like a great white shark. But I still want to be a nice shark. I just want to be able to swim and go like deep in. You know what I'm saying? And like come up sometimes.
Oh, you want to be a squid if you want to go deep, then? Because I want.
Nah. Ain't no strength on that. Like you know what I mean? The whale is like big.
Yes, no, squids are. You know, just get a squid
octopus
like
are strong. I think squids are.
Well, not octopus. I'm just squid. So squids, like you can go. They down there low.
Yeah, they down there.
Somebody got the stream on or some shit.
How many limbs does a squid have?
Well,
Charlie?
I don't know. I know octopus, of course, but I don't know how many squid got.
Wait, how many does the squid have? They have like 4.
That'd be a great question for the chat.
Yeah,
Isn't
I don't know how many legs they got. You said what?
Isn't it 6 for a squid and 8 for an octopus?
I don't know. I know octopus. One of them is
8 for octopus. A squid got more than 6.
Oh, squid got more?
I thought it was 6.
Oh, it says large eyes, 8 arms, and 2 tentacles.
So that's 10.
That's 10.
Yeah,
That's so many.
They got a lot.
Yeah, I do.
They got a lot.
So that's why I'll be in the water, guys. I'm in the water.
I agree. I'm in the water too, but I can't go that deep. But I'm in the water.
I'd be wondering like what's down there, like
man, me
Titanic.
too.
Right.
I think Atlantis.
Past that, dude. It's man. I want to know because so much of it is still undiscovered. Like I
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I wish they just turn the lights on down there real quick.
Good luck. You turn light on that.
Damn.
Look at this shit. It's big down here.
God damn. Is that Atlantis? What the hell?
Man.
I know Namor was real. What?
I know. You're going to see Namor for real. Then he gonna kill y'all because he want
He
no
gonna throw a
witnesses.
spear at your ass.
You really got them feathers on your ankles. Little wing leg.
Not little wing leg.
Wing leg.
Little chicken leg.
Yeah.
Jazz, what about you?
Two animals. So first one is a dolphin because I like water. They're always in water. They always look happy. They did, and if you get captured by humans, they will take you and just make you dance for fish. So like if you're gonna pay me in food, I'm with it. Like
You don't
all I
want
have to
that.
do is just like dance, look cute and everything. And then
They are
people,
adorable.
like people pet me and stuff. Like that'll be nice. Now the other one would be a clouded leopard.
Okay.
To be a clouded leopard. They're so cute when they're babies and they grow up to look like beautiful, like predators. Like they're so pretty, but like they'll also kill you. Like I want to be that.
You saw the eye when she said that?
I had to Google it. I had to Google that real quick, but she not lying.
All
See,
big
look
cats.
up a clouded leopard right now.
Yeah, I had to Google
All
it.
big cats, they look so
That thing go
beautiful.
hard.
To me. I
They're
wish
so
I could tame
beautiful.
a big cat, man. If I could tame one, I would
I
definitely.
was
I
telling
would
Wayne
get
I
a
used to
panther.
want like a pet. Like I wanted to raise one. Like I wanted
Yep,
to
I
raise
want to
one
so bad, but I'm scared.
and like have like the right food for it and right like animal takers for it and like raise it like from like a baby to like be big, then like release it into the wild once it gets big.
I want to keep
Man,
it.
now it's killing the neighborhood. Talking about releasing everybody talking what they have to their dog and their cats.
Today,
release the damn shit.
Walking a whole lion down the street.
Would you feed that thing?
Come here, Cloudy. Come here, Cloudy. No, bad. Cloudy, are you chewing that motherfucker up? Cloudy, no. Oh, get off me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dwayne, what about you?
I want to be different. I want you to be like a turtle or a sloth, bro. I just want to know what
you did.
Just
Look,
embrace
hold
it.
on. Look, turtles be living long. First of all, turtles
Depending
live
on
like,
what kind of turtle. Go ahead.
like I'm talking about the one. I don't know the one. The tortoise. Yeah, the ones that live like
Nah, you wanna-
years. I want to see how their life be. Like I always want to see like what's a day in the life of a tortoise and a sloth because them sloths are slow as shit. So I don't know how they be living, but I just want to know.
You see
like,
their hands?
well,
because
it
big.
them little creepy as
No,
hell.
'cause
Yeah.
they're full. Their body is just full of bacteria. Like they can't attack you. They're not gonna attack you.
So no, I'm not
they
gonna
don't
attack,
move.
but I just want to know what do they do all day? Like
Shit,
that's
a sloth is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah,
take
yeah,
all
Dwayne,
day
boy,
on the
hey,
tree.
both of your animals was kind of like
I want to be different. I want to be
laid back ass snooze button animals, man.
They're a little slow. They a little
Animals
slow.
ain't
They
doing
be chilling. Why can't they just? I can't just be a chill
I ain't
animal.
just saying, man. I ain't trying to do shit, man. I'm just
Right,
trying to
you know, I'm just
kick
trying to live, bro. Why can't I just want to live and just enjoy the slow pace of my life?
relax ass animals, man.
I just
Why
can't
can't I be
match
a
your.
cheetah or a lion or in
It's
the water? I
because we can't match your voice and your energy with a slow moving as.
Yes, I can. I just talk fast. My body moves slow. Like
rabbit gonna kill your ass.
I talk fast and my body moves slow.
Did
mean,
someone
like-
say something about a rabbit killing? I've been summoned.
The Wayne can't get away. Oh shit! This motherfucking rabbit coming. Goddamn,
I
I
will
gotta go.
hop away.
I'm gonna hop
from
in my shell. What do you mean?
I'm like, ass nigga, I'm dead. Cloudy, no.
Done.
She ain't gonna break this shell. Fuck you, bitch. Watch me hop in that shell quick as shit. You go, motherfucker.
Hey, that is a good defense, but yeah, they get pulled out of there a lot too, though. Unless it was like a snapping turtle or something. Like those motherfuckers are beasts or some shit.
Snapping turtles are
Snapping,
fucking terrifying.
I
dog.
like watching videos of them just like people put shit in their mouth and it just boom, and that shit.
Wow,
just comes
yeah.
out. Man, I'm like, oh, that shit deadly. Like, woo.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
want,
wild.
if it was on somebody's bones, I want to feel it legit just go through that bitch. Like, damn.
I'm sure
you-
you can find that video somewhere.
You
You
probably
probably
could.
can.
Probably on Reddit.
Yeah, hella Reddit, YouTube. You can find shit, dark shit on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
It had like 5 views, but you be like, ooh, shit.
You be the 6th viewer.
Ooh, shit. Maybe you
Who
turn
does
our
this?
bill on to get up out of here. No, I'm playing.
That's hilarious. Mine are not real, so I'm gonna just say that, preface that, because I know you're like, those aren't real animals.
Unicorn.
Okay.
A dragon.
My first one,
A unicorn.
Dragon
Yeah.
is number
And then-
one.
and then
Dragon is
unicorn.
and then unicorn. Yes.
I knew it. I knew
I
it.
didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay. So
But
pick one that
dragons
is
are
real.
close
Pick
to
one that's real.
could have been real.
Real. Yep. Pick
A
one that's
real
real.
animal. So pick.
It'll be like a. What do you mean?
So difficult.
What competes to a dragon? Like, what real animal competes to a dragon?
They're
Komodo,
real.
isn't that
Komodo
Komodo dragon?
dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Komodo. No, those motherfuckers.
Komodo
You know,
dragons are real.
and honey
They
badgers
are
A horse,
are
a
OP.
zebra.
Did you
A
say
horse.
honey badger?
A
I
pony.
said, yeah, honey badgers and Komodo dragons, they're OP as fuck.
Let me see. Honey badger. That sounds like a cute name.
Man, look
Yeah.
up this book video.
Them joints,
Oh,
all that
Lord.
silly though.
What is it called? I think it's called like Honey Badger Don't Take No Shit. It's like
Oh.
it's like a minute long. Go to it.
Oh.
It's like a minute long.
Honey badgers don't take no shit.
Man, are you not talking about Dwayne?
It's on YouTube.
That's
It's on
yeah,
YouTube.
it's like old as
bro.
shit. It's old as shit, but
And
it's so funny.
technically, you could be a unicorn. You just have to find a nice couple
Oh,
that
Lord.
likes you.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
That's how you
That's
make a
crazy.
unicorn.
Oh
My
my
Wait,
God.
gosh.
Where you, Tiffy, where you
I
live
learned
at?
what that is like a few like last
I learned
month.
what that was like a few days ago. And I was
Hey.
like,
Last
Then you
month,
got
I
them
learned
proud
last
unicorns that be in their bio. They just be a unicorn sitting there. I'm like,
Little unicorn
What do
emoji.
you mean,
Balls
like-
mm.
a different type of unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh Jesus.
You didn't specify. I was just trying to be helpful.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, Dwayne, you could have been a
unicorn?
sloth bear.
Oh,
No,
a sloth bear.
This man
Yeah,
Dwayne said unicorn.
I think it's a bear sloth. It's
I thought that's where Charlie was going. A sloth bear? I never even
Yeah, I
heard of
think
that
it's a-
one.
yeah, I think it's a sloth bear. Them motherfuckers, I just learned about them from who video? What was it? Casual? It was like a couple days ago.
Them
boy.
jokes look kind of
Oh yeah, they look
creepy, though, I
ugly.
ain't
and
gonna
shit.
lie.
Yeah,
Fuck you up,
they
too.
look like they're demonic.
I don't like
They
his
look like a-
hands. Oh no!
Wait. Selena, Christine, what you looking at?
this
Honey
picture
badger?
where this one, yeah, honey. No, a sloth bear.
Oh, yeah,
I don't like they
the sloth
hands,
bear's
bro. I
ugly.
ain't gonna
Yeah, it's
lie.
ugly.
When you Google it, that third picture right under the
Yeah.
Google, that picture, that thing looked like
them
it's
joints is
possessed.
hideous.
Where its eyes at? Okay.
Yeah.
That thing look like it's seen some things. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to help
It
Dwayne.
sees
I see what he
everything.
sloth.
It look,
Okay.
it low key look like a
man.
bear mixed with a hyena.
A sloth, yeah. Look at the
Sloth,
hands
bear
and the
mixed with
feet,
a sloth.
and it just.
But
I
then
don't
sometimes
know.
from the front,
But
it
the
like a
mouth
Rottweiler
does
not
look
being
like
funny.
hyena
Some
mouth.
of
I
them-
see what you're saying because that mouth is
Yeah,
like
mouth,
That
yeah.
hyena mouth.
he
that
was
look-
Just
cackling
God
at
was like,
Mufasa
you know what?
dying, for real.
God was sitting there like, you know what? Let me just
Fuck
take
it.
this and that. Fuck it. Just
He said,
put
"That's all
that
we
shit
got. Look,
together.
we got nothing to eat today," and he made dog.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So Black Panther. Okay. Black Panther Wakanda Forever released on Friday, Thursday in some areas. Yes. We will start with our non-spoiler review, which if you haven't seen it yet, we'll start with like a little mini, like, our rating and like a quote to talk about the movie or kind of sum up how we felt about the movie. And then we'll dive into our spoiler. Before we do, really quick, and we'll make this super quick, shout out to our super chats that we had because we had a couple super chats come in. One is from Lil Maya, which does feed into the next topic that we're going to talk about is I love Shuri's Black Panther suit. It was fire. I loved it for sure. Shout out to you, Lil Maya. What about you guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down? What'd you think of her suit?
I felt
All
like it was a
right,
mix. I feel like it was a mix of both. Chad's
Yeah.
suits. Yeah.
And
Killmonger.
yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that was a spoiler or not. But yeah. All right. Then this next one, shout out to Hypnotic Sand. This was inspired by Tiffy's bunny choice. They said my bunny froze to death in the running position. Wait, what happened? How did I'm so sad about that right now. Sorry, poor little bunny. Shout out to the bunnies. Can we not take care of bunnies as a people? I didn't know
I don't
this
think we
about
could.
this. No, we learn something new every day. I didn't know
Laugh
this
at me
about
when I
this.
said I wanted to be owned by a white woman, but
Then all the stories came out, and I'm like, I get it. I can see why. I didn't know this. The more you know, right? All right. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Dwayne, we'll start with you. Then we'll go to Jazz, Tiffy, and then T about your score, like the rating for the movie, and then like a phrase or a line that you feel sums up how you feel about the movie.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I really, unless you guys could change my mind, I really felt like there was nothing wrong with the movie at all, especially since he had to go rewrite the script. Ryan Coogler already had the script wrote, and then when Chad passed, unfortunately, he had to redo the whole thing. So I give it a 10 out of 10 for that alone. So I have no qualms with the movie.
Okay.
Also, mourning. That's the one word I would give, mourning.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right, Jazz.
Same thing, 10 out of 10. I love the movie. I love the villain. Almost made me feel like I was like an anti, like hero because I like when I was hearing his reasoning, I was like, I get it. So I would say the one word is protection.
Tiffy?
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. For me, it's nearly flawless, but the more I sit and think about it or make content for it, the more holes I find. And so at first, it very much is a 10-10, but there are some pretty big holes where I'm just like, now, wait a minute, this don't make sense. And I don't know if there is a way around it, but there was enough for me to be like, it's not a perfect film, but damn near. And then I'm gonna take Dwayne's word because mourning is really good. I'm sorry that I just stole from you, but at least I was honest about it.
T?
You on mute.
I thought he was thinking. I didn't know he started talking yet.
I would give it a
Yeah, like, yo,
I would give it a,
like, I didn't hear anything. He just
I would give it an 8.8. And I came into the movie not, and I think it was a really good movie. I came into the movie not thinking it was going to be that good because sometimes, you know, that first movie does phenomenal, and they like, we got to do a second one just to make some more money. And then, you know, after he passed away, I'm like, yo, how y'all gonna pull this off? Like, you know, but the added, okay, this is not the spoiler alert part.
Not the spoiler, not spoiler yet.
The added storyline, the additions, I thought were fitting and they weren't forced. The shit, I'm about to blow this shit up, guys.
Okay, all right. So we get like, all right. So for me, it's a 10 out of 10. The reason being, I felt like there are a lot of reasons, right? But one of the things that, because I do agree with Dwayne and Tiffy, I do agree with Jazzy, I do agree, well, partly with T. You didn't get to say your whole part because, you know, you got spoilers. The face. But yeah, I would say one of the things that they did that was beautiful is they got back to the depth of the people and that are involved in these series and these stories. And this is something that I didn't get from the Thor movie, which I finally watched. And I was just like, huh. And then I didn't get that from Doctor Strange as well. And I'm like, I feel like this had me in my feels to where I'm like on the same page with the characters. So that's why I give it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, that's our non-spoiler review. As y'all know how we do it, our non-spoiler review is just that. And now we go into the spoiler review. Dwayne, bust the horns. Interns, put up the graphic. We're spoilers. You have been warned. So if you haven't seen the movie, you can leave and then come back later, okay? Or watch it if you don't care about spoilers, but are still going to see the movie, okay? Because we definitely want it to do well.
Be ready. The chat.
We're gonna jump in. So, T, since you didn't get to finish your point, what was the spoiler thing that you were gonna say just now?
I just wanted to talk about like my favorite quote from the movie because I feel like the favorite quote from the first one was that whole bury me in the oceans with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than being bondage. But this one, my favorite joint, I had to look it up. Bury your dead, mourn your loss, your queen now. He was dead ass serious when he said that shit.
He was
like, hey, bury these dead folks. You know what I mean? Mourn your loss of your mother. You queen now. I'm gonna see your ass in a week. I was like, damn, like, you know, that shit was tough. Like, you know, and he just walked off after tearing shit up.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I'm like, yo, that was crazy. So, but I think like overall, like the addition, the first time I seen him, I just thought Aquaman. I was like the addition to him. I feel like that fit right in, and it wasn't like overly pushed. I'm like, damn. So they found like what they wanted to find, but since they found what they wanted to find, they found a whole new bunch of people. There were others living like this, but just under the sea. So you know what I mean. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool too, and I seen that preview for Little Mermaid for the first time too in the theater. So yeah, I know that was my take, and I didn't want to spoil that aspect of the movie. And I was just like, I knew they were gonna have something in the beginning as far as like the funeral in the past, and they had to give some kind of tribute.
I thought it was a beautiful way that they did it in the
It was
beginning.
dope. They try to make you cry off the bat.
Oh, hello, yeah. The aspect of saying he has a disease and she's trying to cure it, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, he passes, which I thought that like that mirror, they were like, everybody was like, how are they going to involve Chadwick's death? And they were like, let's just do his death. This is his death.
Yeah.
That's how
Especially
he
when she
passed.
asked the robot, she was like, what's his heart rate? And Mother came like, ain't no heart rate, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a rap.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was like, I thought it was beautifully tied in, you know, his actual passing and then how they honored it. And even when the intro credits rolled, you know how it normally plays the song and you see flashes of all the heroes, but it was just Chadwick.
Yeah.
And it was silent, like you said. Yeah.
Oh, there was some awful person in my movie theater trying to see how loudly they could eat whatever they were eating. Just so really Chadwick on. I was so angry, but
you gotta go cross back of their head and just sit back down. And it's dark in there. Ain't nobody gonna
it really speaks to my growth as an individual that I didn't say something. I'm so confrontational in those moments, but I didn't. I just took it in silence.
That's why I'm a matinee guy. That's why I don't do the like popping nights. I'm in the day. One of them kids ain't throwing Skittles in there. I'm in that.
I ain't here.
That's hilarious.
Day, forget all that. Especially if the movie like hella popular and just went out. Yeah, I'm going during the day.
I remember that one time me and Dwayne went to go see a popular movie, and like it was like during I don't know what time, but we walked in and we saw like a whole bus of children inside that movie.
Was it Space Jam? It was Space Jam.
I think it was Space Jam, and we were kind of watching at a time that we thought nobody was gonna be there, and it was a whole camp.
Y'all probably looked at each other like,
"It's not even kids for me.
It's you want to get out of here?"
Yeah, we literally left. Literally left.
We said, yeah,
man, I'd have did too. Was it kids or like teenagers?
It was kids.
You know,
Kids.
that's annoying, but teenagers is the hard one, boy.
Like
when it's
10 and
teenagers,
under.
hell no.
No, fuck no. I'm not. And we was like, we going home.
Yeah, I was like, we'll see tomorrow, bro. It's not.
That would have been annoying.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Like,
y'all got this. Y'all got it tonight.
You won this time. So, like, starting at the opening of the movie, right? Like after Chadwick passes, we're like a year later, right? And this is where it like that whole Angela better win an Oscar, okay? She better her or Letitia better win an Oscar.
Wait, Tiff, what's up? She making faces. What's up?
I know.
No, because the chat was like, "Why are you in the chat?" And I'm like, "I'm just trying to participate in both places."
I thought you were saying like,
damn chat.
Right.
Because she can't be. That's what that was like. Because she can't be.
Pay an entrance fee to get in the chat.
Right. Cover charge.
Mean ass chat.
Yeah. So like that, and when she enters, mind you, Ruth Carter, who styled this movie, she was the costume designer for this movie. I want her to style me for the rest of my life. Okay. Because the way every outfit outside of the only one that was like wearing regular clothes was Riri. She was wearing like regular clothes, right? Until like the end, right?
And so Sherry too. Sherry too was wearing regular clothes a little bit too.
No, but she was wearing like streetwear, like London streetwear, which was like, I was like, a casual wear? I want that for casual wear. Okay.
Yeah, everybody was styled up. Even when they crossed over and went to like the States, like they were still and they threw in the little Fenty makeup.
Okoye with that black jacket and the red thing.
Yeah,
they did. I like that. I like that too. I like that.
The Fenty color, whatever, 40. I don't know how that goes.
That was
they had to. Rihanna was doing that soundtrack. They
better.
Facts, yeah, Rihanna did. Yeah.
Are y'all talking about actual Rihanna?
Yeah,
Rihanna.
Yeah, they kind of name dropped her makeup in the movie.
Yeah.
But she was in the movie too, though.
And Ironheart,
she made the song for it, and she,
And Ironheart, his name is Riri, is based off of Rihanna, so that's another thing as well.
I'm not confused. Y'all say Riri or Rihanna. I was like, hold up.
Oh, in the comic book,
Riri Williams in the comic. Yeah, Riri, the dude that created Riri Williams, got his inspiration from Rihanna.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's he really pitched this shit. Look, man, we need you on the soundtrack. I'm inspired. Are you in the movie? Damn it!
Hey, right?
Please.
Oh yeah, because she wasn't doing music at all, right? It's
no. Come on, this character was made for you. Like,
started showing her pictures.
This is what they're gonna look like. Please just make the song. Please make the song.
I can't do this without you.
But yeah, so like when Angela came through, I think that whole sequence was fire. It was fire how they were switching between the hearing, right? And them talking about what was going on. And when I'll tell you that one thing about this movie, it triggered my real world likeness situations. When that heifer said, we have reason to believe that Wakanda has weapons of mass destruction, I was like, all right, calm down, George Bush. All right, calm down. All right. Because the same situation with him and his shooting
Iraq?
buddy.
Was it Iraq?
Okay,
Yeah.
in Iraq.
But when they
in
captured
Afghan.
all them soldiers and brought their ass in there and told them to kneel in front of everybody, it was like, ooh, that's tough.
That's we could wait.
Yeah, she said it in French, like to the girl. Bonjour. We know it was you.
We know you sent them.
Yeah,
we know she said we know what you whisper in your halls of leadership and in your military bases. Okay, she's like, we know what you say and where you say it. Okay.
Yeah. Next time you do something like this, we will retaliate. I was like, ooh. But one thing now think about is like Wakanda is very powerful and all that stuff like that. So what would stop them from, like, if they wanted to wage war? Because that's why I feel like the next movie is going, right? Like everything is leading up to maybe the Wakanda versus the world, like World War III, like Wakanda versus, I'm that's where it seems like it's heading, because everybody wants vibranium now. Because they know it's existing and what the power it can do. They see Wakanda, they're like, oh shit, what if we had that? It's like a weapon, right? Like it's, so like, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to see what the future is leading up to. Because we know we got Namor, and I don't trust his ass at all from what he was talking about.
No. Especially at the end, he's like, essentially, he's like, they're gonna need us, so we're gonna be in their pockets. Like this was a good move for us because this allied ship, she's going to need us, especially with how we know that nothing was resolved in the world's eyes of Wakanda, because everybody still thinks Wakanda attacked, took the girl. They still think that they attacked that ship with them other people, right? I was going to say the bunny protectors. So
hey, hold on real quick before you go. That scene right there was like fire, bro.
Oh yeah,
like, it gave me, I'm like, why can't we get this? It gave me Captain America vibes. Like it was the mermaids, the sirens, and them dudes just jumping. I was like, hey,
okay, so questions?
Them bitches walking the plank. Them bitches walking the plank.
When they got down,
they drowned to death. Yeah,
I think they was
and it's
drowning.
based off of siren lore. Like that's what would happen. Like sirens and mermaids would be out on rocks at sea. They would sing, and sailors would jump off the ends of their ships and drown.
A lot of people don't know that though. A lot of people don't know that's like the true lore of like mermaids.
Right. You think also beautiful, so
Little
nice,
Mermaid, like from Disney, like Little Mermaid, that's nice. Like no, like if you see a mermaid, you're gonna die. Like you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Like,
apparently, if you hear them first, you die.
Well, yeah, because the time they admit off is like it's supposed to be like really melodic for you, so you hear it's like, oh, this is beautiful shit, but it makes
it was like,
their singing was nice. Their singing was beautiful.
Yep, that's what it's supposed to do, and then kill your ass.
And they just like
that's why we gotta find out what is on this planet.
Yeah,
you gotta get down.
That scene right there was fire. I was like, that scene was just fire in general. Like it felt like a horror movie. It just shifted.
Yes,
the whole tone shifted to like horror. I was like, yo, what? Why can't we get this all the time? This is what Doctor Strange should be like. It was kind of like that, but the seriousness and tone of the movie should be like Wakanda. Like this just chef's kiss on that scene, dog.
That scene wasn't scary to me until I started hearing people on the internet say it was scary. Like I get it, but it was cool because of who was dying. So when I realized what was happening, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is the natural order. This is how it should be.
Yeah, what you was like that too. Remember that one Netflix movie a couple Christmases ago? It's called like Bird Box or something.
Yeah,
like when you started walking toward, like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like that, like just I'm hypnotized, can't nobody break me out of it except for that, like the one gunshot. And then people like, put your earplugs in. You know what I mean? But how good are earplugs? That shit ain't working. You better get some
that's one thing I did wonder. Like
them earplugs. Come on, guys. And who the hell got earplugs handy?
Supernatural sound, like
who got headphones? Like they put their AirPods in and bump some music while they.
Maybe because they're military or government, they're special. Because that's what I told myself. I'm like, maybe these are just very special. These are not from Walmart.
No, they're SEALs. Navy SEALs. So that's as top as you go. Navy SEAls is like. We're not playing.
You know what? That does make sense that they probably have like a military grade because they do in this world. They have sonic weapons, so having something.
Yeah, they are advanced. They're way more advanced than what we got, of course. But like, But that scene right there was amazing, and the repercussions of what it like. So Namor is like, you let the world know about vibranium, and now it's affecting us. And I love gray area movies. That's a bunch of gray, like it's not black and white, like what you did affects other people, and now I'm like. Whew.
I think about that though. I think that Namor was valid in saying that, but here's my other side of it is Wakanda couldn't have known that their decision was going to affect anyone else. I think that Namor was valid in saying, okay, but it did affect us. We need your help in setting this right. This man did not say, please. He didn't say, can I borrow some of your time because of this? He came in with all the wrong energy on their soil. So
like it was his fault. Bitch, it ain't my fault.
And it's not my fault. I'm just like, I'm sorry, but like you asking for my help, but your energy is all wrong.
Right. And then at the end, when he was like, or middle, when he was like, we need to know if they're a friend or an ally or an enemy. And if you ain't gonna help us, you the enemy and you're the first to go. That triggered me. And that made me think of that LA counselor. Okay. The councilwoman in LA. All right. Whatever her name was. That's exactly what I went to, where it's like, and this is kind of dipping into the real world situation. We have black and brown issues, right? That happen that are predicated by the colonizers and the decisions and things that they've done, and we're inner fighting. And when he said that, I was like, and then kind of going back to when they're like, oh, we want to take military action against Wakanda. It's like, y'all need to unify. It's not me against you, it's us against them.
But this is like, okay, I'm gonna get you, Christine. I'm gonna get Tiff first. You remember in Infinity War or Endgame, they was like Wakanda's knew. They said there's something. Okoye was like, there's rumbling under the ocean.
Yes, that's right.
So they knew.
Like, how are we going to handle that? She's like, we're not, because it's under the ocean.
It's not having to do with Wakanda, but they did know something is down there. Wakanda did know something's happening down there. They just didn't want to go down there.
Kinda, but do you think that they really set that up way back in Endgame? I'm only asking just because we've seen how sloppily Marvel handles different titles when they bounce from directors. These niggas are not sharing notes, a Google Drive folder, nothing.
I mean, they're taking all their belongings and getting out of here. Give me my shit.
Look. If it's not, then that's very clairvoyant. But if it is, whoa, that's very nice.
I mean, maybe They might have detected rumbling, but they're just like, nah, they can't possibly be.
Why would you even say it though? Because it didn't really need to be there in that section of the movie anyway.
Place line at the time. Maybe this is the mother of all callbacks. Maybe it is.
So I'll say this. So I was watching a video where Ryan was saying how after the first Black Panther, he had sat down with Chadwick and told him about his idea of bringing in Namor into the second movie and the whole plan, and he wanted to do it, and he was saying how he wanted to have it be, Mayan culture and things like that, indigenous culture, and how Chadwick loved the idea. So this was something that he had prior. And one good thing that I can say the Russo brothers do, because we know showrunners and movie runners are different, but the Russo brothers, when they were making Infinity War or even Civil War, they included the directors of each of the different properties, and that especially when they were bringing in Black Panther, not Guardians of the Galaxy, like Thor. They're bringing in Taika. They're bringing in a lot of, not Thor wasn't in it. All the different people, y'all know what I'm trying to say, for that, and then carried that energy over to Infinity War, where they had Taika involved, and what's his name? The man that left and then came back and then is leaving again. The man that did Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Gunn?
Yeah.
James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn. Yeah.
They brought him in to so that the energies of each of those properties can keep their wavelength.
I see. Yeah.
So I think that it's possible that they knew that he was gonna do no more. They just didn't know in what fashion, so they threw that line in there, and that's where I feel like the mistake is. Because even me and hubby were talking about that, how that callback kind of it doesn't make sense since they were surprised, but they were kind of
also wait. I just wind it back. Remember the Eternals? What the fuck?
I was just about to bring that up. It could have been in reference to the Eternals, but I'm not sure of the
rumbling on the ocean could be the fucking big ass. What is this? The you know what I'm talking about? The gods. Yeah, could have been that too.
Which
Yeah,
has
yeah,
not
it was
been
just an earthquake.
mentioned since.
Nobody
Okay, when
talks-
is Eternals?
They've
When is
only
Eternals?
mentioned it briefly in She-Hulk, and it wasn't a mention. It was the Easter egg. Like when she's looking at a website, you see a little sidebar where it's like, "What's this giant hand in the ocean?"
Maybe
So
they
that's-
said it was a conspiracy theory, right? Yeah,
it was lazy, like everything in She-Hulk.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying that might have been it too.
She came for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, okay. So that for Eternals, where in the MCU is Eternals? Like, what movies is it before and after?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Okay.
Everybody's forgot about that movie. They like
Yeah, when
watching
y'all
the
said
care.
it, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh
This
yeah.
was- Oh
That's
yeah.
that movie
It was
happened.
great
What the fuck?
when the evil X flew into the sun. I thought that was
The evil
beautiful.
X.
The evil.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
That was the
Because
whole point of the
there
movie,
was
right?
that movie could
Yeah.
have went so much better. Yeah.
If you look at it as an X, like finally getting her
Robb
comeuppance,
Stark.
it's a really good movie.
when if you personify.
Wait, Christine, what were
Yeah.
you talking about earlier though? There was something that you just said like a few minutes ago that I was going to address too. You said something, I forgot what it was though.
About
I think it was like oh yeah, destabilization. That's a real thing. That is a real thing. They
It is.
destabilize other countries, take out leaders, and then assassinate them or any other way, and then put in new leadership.
And that's what Killmonger did in the first movie.
Exactly what he did. He said
He
we're just
did.
going to use their tactics and use it against them. So
That's
I was
what he
like,
learned from the colonizers when he was
Yep.
working for them in their
Yep.
militaries.
Mhm.
And then he brought that ish over home. Okay.
Mhm.
Side note, back to clean outfits. When he popped up, that jacket hoodie thing he was wearing, I was like,
Yeah.
can I get that? Like, where
And
can
his
you
hair,
buy?
you see his
And they be
hair?
clean every
Yes.
movie there. All the movies he cleaning them shit. And they be giving
Yeah.
him the best
Yeah.
outfits. And he be representing for like the bigger dudes. Like, you know what I mean? He putting
Mhm.
on for like the bigger dudes in all the movies right now. So that's like
Wait, who are we talking about?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
My
Remember?
question: how did his hair grow in the?
He got the Jimmy Butler. What are
hold
you
on,
saying?
dog. Hold on,
Yeah.
don't do him like that.
He got the Jimmy Butler.
Hey,
He got
and they
the
put him
Jimmy
in with
Butler.
a medium shirt. They had a little tight shirt on,
I was
tight
enjoying
long
this
john shirt on
medium
his
now.
ass.
Okay.
He got to show his muscles.
He had
Yeah.
In the ancestral realm is my
Yes.
question.
He
Huh?
said, how do you
Plan.
He
I'm
said
saying
grow
who
fast
is
in the realm.
fist
It
of
grow
his locks
fast in
in
the
the
realm.
ancestral realm. How does that work? Or do
Hey,
you just
I don't-
manifest how you want to look that day? And you're like, I think that I want.
I think I went longer
So you
long.
saying he should have kind of stayed how
The
he
same?
died. It should have
Yeah.
been the same
I'm saying
length.
that he should have. I enjoyed the updated look, but these are just the questions that my mind
Move
asked.
along,
like
wasn't it?
Me
They was
too.
playing.
I
He
was
got
like,
a
came
oh,
out
is
like
his
this.
hair the last one? I couldn't remember.
I love the ancestral.
This was a whole
Oh, he did have like a faux hop,
He had a
right?
bun. He
Like,
had a
kinda-
big
He had a
ass
bun.
That shit
He
was like
pulled it
this.
back in like a
That
bun.
shit. That's
I mean,
what
it
I
was like
did
he
it a
had
long
four of them
time.
hoes over
thing
here.
that I noticed.
So all right. So can we talk about
Hold
how?
on.
Myrtle just said my locks haven't grown that fast, and I'm literally alive.
Yeah.
He got a lot.
Just
His nose
moving.
pretty long too.
Them Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
2.0.
Butler, bro. He said
You hit that on the head. Can we talk about how Black Panther before he left, he was knocking the mangles loose.
Yeah. He
He had-
was.
Ain't
This
no,
is
like,
No, this is some spoiler talk. This is spoiler talk. Yeah,
Wait,
he was.
speak on it.
he dropped
So,
all
and
the
that-
seed
that
before he got up out of
happened
here.
Before Thanos came. Oh no.
What
I
happened?
went back to watch the first Black
You
Panther. They
when
had
you
her
said he
moment
knocked
at the
up and then
end.
walked up out of there, he died.
Oh well.
Well, he basically Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? He just got one out there. Though. He ain't get to double digits. He got
Don't
one.
you disrespect the great name of King T'Challa. May he
I
rest.
thought he was about to say King Cannon. I was about to say, hey.
If you respect King Cannon, I'd have fell out the chair. Disrespect King
It
Cannon.
did like it was going that direction, but I go count.
No.
I went like this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Lord.
goodness.
Nah, so that was a pleasant surprise at the end, though. And in fact, that
Yeah.
she was like, we want to raise him here away from the pressure and all that.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very good.
Here's my question. Here's what got me. So when Thanos snapped It was half of all life everywhere, up in space. I think that we can safely assume that that affected Talokan as well. Did Namor, where was all this energy then when half of his people disappeared and then 5 years later, half of them suddenly came back, or those same half came back? The fact that that wasn't addressed at all, and I understand that that can be kind of messy because that's a lot to include, but it's kind of like they set him up as this character that loves his people so fiercely. 2 of the handmaidens died, my nigga, and you flooded the capital city of Wakanda and killed the queen. That's an intense response. So when half your people die and there's nothing but silence, I'm just surprised he didn't mention at all him peeking up at the surface and be like, okay, it happened to everybody. Okay, that's fine. Then.
Do you think he even knew how it happened? Do you think he even knew?
I don't know, but I feel like it would be worth
That's one question.
If you know that there's still shit happening on, you're not the only life form. You know that there's shit happening on the surface world. I think that he would at least investigate. Like, it's not a big thing, but it's one of those things just like, you were around.
I don't like how
that old lady said that she kept seeing him pop up on the beach. Like, people are saying they've seen him pop up on the beach. So I feel like he knew. I feel like he
was just peeking in.
I don't like how when they killed the guard to help the escape, right? But she didn't want to leave. She knew this would start a war, and she was trying to save her or do something. I thought she was gonna spit that out before she forked over. Like, I was like, I thought you were gonna mention. She did try to save me. She did, like, this wasn't her fault.
I did too.
She didn't say shit.
She did. She said, "Am I gonna live?
You gonna be able to save me?" No.
I get that though. You're dying. Like, that's your priority. You know.
But Namor, look. But if they didn't
have anything on hand for that, you're a magical society. Maybe instead of just staring at her face while she dies, you can go get her some magic plant or something. I don't know. You should carry that in your pocket, is what I'm saying.
But also, like, okay, they're not used to that though. Remember, they secluded. They're not used to having to fight. It's just like Wakanda isn't used to other people having vibranium weapons.
No,
but they have like water bombs and like.
No, those are made out of
an injury. No one ever gets hurt.
They all got basically all of them have the heart-shaped herb. They out here punching people through the wall. I mean, come on, they almost taking straight bullets to the face.
But she's saying like specifically because she was so close. That's why the hit was lethal.
I mean, it's what
she did say that. She was like, I hit her at close range. Yeah,
she said that at this range, there's no saving her.
And they ain't used to it. That's like if all of us was like super strength in our society, then all of a sudden some other people come in here and they knocking our teeth loose. Like, it'd be like, hey, yo, I'm not used to getting beat like this, bro. Right. Just like Wakanda ain't used to fighting people with vibranium. So that's why I was like in the movie, like, why are they folding so hard when they got vibranium stuff?
Yeah, because even certain things they didn't.
Good decisions.
Yeah, and I feel like certain things, like, they had a plan. They was like, oh, we can get him on this ship and put heat all around him, but they didn't think he had the damn whole thing of vibranium. We just banged the damn ship up. Like certain things weren't even taken into perspective because they weren't used to it. I felt like, but the damn water bombs was crazy.
The water bombs were very interesting.
Them bitches was causing floods. I said, damn.
I think why. And Jordan also pointed out in the chat much earlier, but why would you fight water people out in the middle of the ocean? That is, I understand their logic in the movie, but that's a really bad idea.
We're gonna take a boat to them. We're gonna
go there
and be surrounded.
That'll show them.
They thought they could get in and out though. They had an escape plan. They didn't want to be there. They like, oh shit! I didn't think they had a big ass nuclear bomb.
They had the under ship sound device.
They was trying to dip. They said, "Fuck that, we out here."
With that, when they were busting, I'm like, they just brought just the one. That's the one, like one ship and one sound thing.
One underwater speaker.
Yeah, he told them, I have more. Yeah, he said, I have more soldiers than you have blades of grass in your country. Yeah. And they believe that to be true. So it doesn't make sense that they had one ship and one sonic boost thing.
But remember, they had everybody because everybody in M'Baku's place. So they were still reeling from the flood and everything destruction they had in their city. They're not used to that anything like that. So they're reeling from that. And I'm pretty sure they're a peaceful society to an extent. They've got a Dora Milaje. Got out, and then you don't even know what happened in the first 5 years or what. Like, they'd be like, okay, the Wakandas could have left. They could have been like, hey, our king is dead. He brought Thanos over here, killed multiple soldiers that we have. We don't know what. That's why they have in the Disney. We don't know what Wakanda's state is politically or what happened in 5 years. We still don't know what's up in there or the world. What happened in the? There's still things I want to know about the world. Did the people blip back, take their houses back, and we learned a little bit of that Captain Falcon, but like, what's going on with the world in the 5 years, bro?
Like, I guess someone said in the chat that they really were trying to move away from like the blip era, but I'm like, I'm sorry, that would be nice, but y'all are the one that created this issue. You decided to wipe out all of life for 5 years within this storyline. It's gonna have lasting effects. Like, it's weird if maybe not focus on it, but it's weird if it's not
line
because it's huge. I don't know, you created this issue,
especially in government. Imagine your president blip, and then 5 years later, his term over, he come back. He like, hey, so am I back in or? Like, am I back president or like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is this guy? This is not sitting in my chair. Like, we gonna fight over it? We boxing? We like, what's up? Like,
yeah. So for each of you guys, I want you guys to say like, I guess your oh wait, before we go into like, what's your absolute favorite moment in the movie, right? Or what's your biggest takeaway from the movie? Even though T kind of said his. The kind of dipping into Riri, right? Which I know, like going into this, two things going into this, as far as like universal thought. A lot of people, when they're like, how are they going to do a second second Black Panther without Chadwick, right? And everybody did not believe that Letitia could do it. No, I didn't talk to a single soul that was like, oh yeah, Letitia could get it. No, everybody was like, they don't think Letitia could do it. So it's like, who will do it, right? So that was one thing going into this that they proved. Ryan, you proved us wrong, and I loved it. She not only stepped into the role as Black Panther, but even as an actress, like when she was on, like her and Angela ate, like everybody did, but her and Angela at the tip ate up the scenes. Both times, like when she cried about her mother when they were in that throne room, I cried. Though I was like bawling when she was bawling. She made me, I felt everything that she felt, to the anger, to the sadness, to the grief, the parts where she was at joy. Like I felt all of those things. And so that was great. But then the other thing going into this, we're concerned about Riri, right? We were like, how is this going to be executed? Is it going to be good? I feel like her as the actress, I really liked. The suit at the end, I didn't like the suit. I thought it looked like a toy. I thought it looked like Hasbro. They took it up.
Yeah, it was Iron Man 2.0. It was Iron Man 2.0.
Yeah,
it's 0.0 because that suit was
0.0. Damn. They made it look like a toy because it is a toy. Like they like, hey, bro, come on, you gotta make some design so we can sell this to these kids, bro. Like, it looked like a Power Ranger.
Holiday season.
Yeah, we're gonna see it.
Yeah, it looked like a Power Ranger. I ain't gonna lie, it looked like a Power Ranger morph or something.
It did.
I was surprised that Nika didn't have more of a role.
Me too.
She was kind of
MIA
a little bit, you know what I mean, compared to the first go round, and you know, with Black Panther gone, like. She could have stepped in a little more, but I feel like, you know, Riri definitely helped out, so she didn't have to take on that Black Panther role by herself. So it was kind of like a duo almost towards the end during the big fight scene. Like she was stepping up, even though she was so young and like only a kid. And I like the aspect that she was like a super duper smart kid and didn't even realize how smart she was. And I didn't like how they didn't find the damn teacher that she turned her project into. Who stole my dog?
Hello. They never talked about that.
Who stole my dog shit?
Stole it and said, oh, you can't turn this in. Took her project and sold it to the government.
Where this nigga?
You know what that reminds me of? Isn't that what happened in fucking Big Hero 6?
Yeah.
I ain't like that.
I ain't like that part either, bro. And then stick the feds on her. Just randomly. Random as hell.
Jordan has a good point in the chat. He said, we can all love Riri as a character, but can we at least agree that she was unnecessary and not cohesive? She made a 2-hour movie into a 3-hour movie without much reason.
Yeah, I agree. She didn't need it. The movie would have still been the same if she, you know. Well, I guess she was kind of needed because she helped move the plot. Because she made
they moved away from her being the issue really quickly. I think that it was a way to involve Wakanda, and then they're like, "Oh man, she's Black. We can't kill her." Then he was like, "Okay, you can just help me attack all of Earth instead." And then very quickly, Riri was no longer the focus. Yeah. So
I thought they would have killed her if she wasn't so young. She was young when she was young.
When
she was young, I was like, "Oh no, they're not about to do nothing to this girl."
Yeah,
T'Chaka would have killed her.
I still would have handed her ass over.
Scientist, we have many scientists that we can kill if you'd like.
T'Chaka didn't care. Yeah,
Right,
he killed his own brother.
Give y'all the
T'Chaka
professor?
did.
Can we give you the professor?
Hello,
The professor.
yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
Go find the professor.
In all reality, it's not her fault because she didn't give it to the government. It was the professor who was probably a bunny protector. Okay, he was the one that sold it.
I see what you did. There.
He or she was the one that sold it. They should have gotten
right. And Chad, we know that Ironheart is coming up on Disney Plus. We mentioned that, but just because that series is coming out, maybe that's the time to focus on the character and build her rather than giving her pieces of a backstory. When we could, like Jordan again pointed out, we could have gotten more Dora Milaje time. We could have gotten more of Aneka. I
wanted more of Aneka. Yeah.
Why y'all ain't tell me I pronounced the name wrong?
I couldn't pronounce that.
I can't wait. Hey, I can't wait to the post stream. I can't wait to post stream.
Look, you got Namor and you got Namor. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just
it's
right.
You
I feel like all of us knew who you were talking about.
I'm the last person to talk about names, bro. I ain't gonna correct you.
But I'm sorry, Caleb Cole is so beautiful, and the way the Dora has me, like, I could maybe shake my head, but I don't think I have a good head shape. But I appreciate when they do it. They look so pretty. I'm just
beautiful. And I did want more of Aneka. I wanted more. What were you saying, T?
I said it's just a dice roll. You never know what that dome piece is gonna look like.
Ooh, I cut it off.
You got that. You don't know what they got up under there.
I hope I never go
It's
bald.
not promising. I don't
you
like
cut that thing off. You be like, what is this?
What is this bomb right here, bro?
Oh, brain back there on one side.
I've done it before, and it was a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise.
Like legit bald, like completely bald.
Like I shaved like to the low. Not like
no, like did you go bald though?
No, like complete
bald. No, but I went like
what you put on that one?
One on one.
Okay, you put one
with the
guard. One.
It ain't bald, but you can't get no waves. We got it.
Right, yeah, but it was low enough. It was low enough for you can see the head shape. You can see the head shape, but no, I could not get waves. I could not get waves.
No, sir.
Okay, let me ask you the big question in the room. Okay, what is Black Panther? Because they made 330 million this weekend already. Right, already. You know. Yeah. And I think it might be that was like Saturday when they was that today, Jazz, or was that Sunday? We heard those
Sunday.
numbers.
It's probably more now.
Yeah, the 330 million. That was yesterday. That was Sunday. So we don't even know like how much more millions they would have made. And I think that's without China. So
and so a lot of people wait till the weekend.
I don't want to hear the reviews.
They don't want to have the weekend.
Yeah, me
crowd.
either. I'm just saying.
Wait till like Monday.
Yeah, so wait till Monday to see it because you know it's a big thing. And I love the people. People were coming in there with their African garments. It was looking dope. Yeah, but what is the future?
It smell good. I know it smell hella good.
Man, we went to this ice theater that we ain't never been to before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys
know what we had.
Hello, we had.
All right,
so we had.
Y'all spent some money. Go ahead.
Yeah, we did. We had
her face. Let me tell this
one day.
So this place is called iPick, and I've never been there before. And their food, they give food like it's a restaurant. So like we had appetizers. Like we had an appetizer. We had a little button like that we could order food from. Yep. Like they'll come and it'll be like a waiter.
They come and whisper, talking about, hey,
they like they give you cocktails like if you want like alcohol and everything like that. So like all right, so like I got like some y'all saw it on Twitter. Probably,
yeah, I
like,
saw it.
Posting the pretzel.
Oh, I didn't
and like the cheese wasn't just like a regular like you know how they do at the movie theaters like nacho cheese and just put it in the.
It's on your Twitter.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was like some nice.
Yeah, it looked legit. I saw it.
Did you use the blanket?
Huh?
He said that we the blanket. No, we didn't bring no blanket.
I didn't know they had blankets until I had left out, and then I was like, "Oh, they got blankets too." But anyway, yeah. So that
anyway,
Dwayne had a chicken quesadilla.
Ooh, that sounds fire right now.
No. What's a fajita? Fajita, whatever it was.
Oh.
Yeah, you had.
So was everything on the side? You have to make it yourself, or was it all?
No,
they bring that shit.
They bring it to you.
They bring it right to you.
Well, I mean, like how it was served, because fajita, you usually just add all your little toppings on it and shit.
They let me dip. They let me dip whatever I need to do.
They let them like dip it and like stuff. But then, like after we got that, then they gave us.
I only showed one thing on Twitter. Y'all got more pictures?
Yeah, we can't put everything on Twitter.
We got the rest of the food.
Well,
they got the whole
in the group chat. I want to see.
Hey, yeah,
they recorded the whole.
I'm about to send that joke to you right now, Charlie.
But then after that, they came.
Damn, Dwayne, we your head, nigga.
45 minutes after that to give us our entree, and my entree was like chicken and red velvet waffles. chicken, like it was fried chicken
I've
with
been and
red
fell
velvet
asleep up in that bitch.
waffles and like some cream cheese. And I had some fries. It was just bomb. It was just good.
Send
Then
pictures to the
Dwayne
group
had, like,
chat.
a
I want to
whole
see.
Hey, but I ain't
didn't
gonna
take a
lie. When y'all in the
picture 'cause
movies,
it was dark.
when y'all in the movies like that together, and the food coming out and the drinks coming out, y'all kind of just look at each other and be like, "This shit crazy," ain't it? Like, you know, what I mean? You just having such a good time. You be like, "I ain't never going back to a regular theater again."
Yeah, that's high key.
That's
how
exactly
I felt
how she was.
because
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I was looking at the menu. I was like, yo, they got this. They
Right.
got shrimp. They got
Yup.
steak. They got like. I was like,
You
you
ain't
know
gotta
what?
eat
I
them
was like,
hard
what
ass
should I
chicken
get?
tenders and fries no
And
more.
we're on like a little health kick right now. So I was like, I don't know
Not
what to
today.
get. And so I looked at him and he
Not
was like,
that
yo,
day.
you just get whatever you want. I
Y'all
was
did
like,
it for Wakanda, man.
I was like, what? And so I had to get
I said,
everything.
do it for Wakanda. Martha.
But Dwayne said we gotta limit that theater because he said it's gonna ruin the experience if we go all the time. So
Yeah,
Wow,
you're gonna get
it's
used to
only
it.
yeah, like
You're gonna get used to
Dwayne,
it though.
you that Black Parent
They
answer.
popping up. They popping
Right?
up.
That was the Black
We
Parent
have one in
answer.
Arizona.
Special occasions, we only come in here.
Get that.
No, go every movie that you're going to
For
like
real.
that you're gonna see.
Like
Because it's
every
not like
Black
y'all are in the
Panther
movie
is-
every week though. So
Yeah. So that's why I said, we get it in, when it's some big occasion. Like I think Knives Out, what is it? Knives Out, the Glass Onion look good. I want to go for
it does
that.
look
Like
good.
that's
It does look
it
good.
looks
It's
fire.
only out for a week in theaters, and then after
That's
that, it's
not
only
I
Netflix.
know. It
Yeah.
looks fire. Also, but back to that question. Before I gotta go, because I gotta go. What do you guys think is the next Black Panther movie? Who's gonna be in it? What's gonna happen? What's the plot? If you had to make it yourself, or what predictions do you think?
So I'll say that I do predict that there is going to be more of the. Well, I hope that they're going to continue more of the things that were unanswered. Right now, to the world, Wakanda looks like the enemy. Wakanda looks like they attacked, like they kidnapped a girl. And yes, the girl's going to come back and tell the truth, but they ain't gonna want to hear that truth because they've
They're
been
not.
itchy. At the opening sequence after the funeral, they have
Wakanda
been
did it.
itching to try to like. Right. Yeah. They've been itching to say like, oh, Wakanda's got weapons of mass destruction. We don't know what they got. They're holding on to the vibranium. I'm disappointed in Wakanda. All that mess that Heifer was talking, which he need to get into.
Yeah.
Hello. But
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be more of that storyline. And then, really quick, kind of tying in because this was something I was confused about, but then shout out to Straw Hat Goofy because I saw his Instagram post and kind of explained it a little bit more. But when M'Baku comes down and he's like, I'm challenging for the throne. I thought he was challenging in like not for the throne in that way, but more so like instead of her, like he's going to do the challenge representing the throne.
Oh yeah, I know
Like,
what you meant.
he
It was
made
tricky
clear
because
that they never made her the queen. Like she never said, I am the queen and I'm the ruler.
right.
So I think he's actually
they try
essentially
to confuse
electing.
us on purpose because they showed that part right of him saying I'm going to challenge, and then they
Mhm.
showed the ankle wrapped up. So you made it seem like she was hurt after the fight, but it was just the man wing on his foot was wrapped up. So they tried to get a little tricky at the end.
I took it to mean that she abdicated from the throne and she just decided not to be like, it's not for her. And I think that that's the wisest decision. She's going to have enough on her hands being the new Black Panther, and she's not a good monarch. She hasn't been trained. She's not making good decisions. And I think that even without necessarily having that explicit conversation in the movie, it's pretty well established. And if she's going
She already said, hey, I'm not my brother.
Right, I'm not
No.
M'Baku has already established himself as a very effective leader, the one that Wakanda needed. He provided shelter for them. He's providing guidance. It makes a lot of sense, which is wild considering that some of the, Hotuppy conversation around this movie is the lack of Black masculinity, when in fact M'Baku allowing Shuri to do what she needs to do and being in a place of counsel and adhering to T'Challa's last wishes is fucking masculine as hell. He's supporting Black women in her leadership role, and that's really dope, but people don't want to see that.
I know that was like a concern some people had. They were like, oh, you've got Queen Ramonda. They're like, it looks like Black Panther's going to be Shuri. And then we're seeing Riri. And I know some people were like floating that narrative of like, what's it going to be like for Black men since T'Challa passed, And I know that there was one concern of, that whole aspect of stepping on one to bring up the other. But I feel like this movie did it so beautifully. Like, no matter who you were or what you were or anything, the harmony and the respect the absolute unquestionable respect that they had for each other in this film, it shows such a beauty that I think outshines the overgeneralizations that kind of happen on social media. Like men are bad, women are bad. There's so many overgeneralizations that happen.
Tiring.
Yeah, and I felt like this movie did it so well with just showing like the respect, despite who you are, what you are, who you love, any of that, respect. And I thought that this movie did it just absolutely beautiful. Like Black love, Black respect, Black excellence.
Yeah.
Ruth Carter, call me, please. Okay.
So so plot wise though, like what is Wakanda dealing with? Like the war, like everybody's warring. They're gonna be. You agree? I think it's gonna be just war. Like I think it's gonna be straight up or Civil War 2. It might be like Civil War 2, like where it's like okay, Wakanda is telling the world like like this is what it is. Yeah, like,
I think it's gonna be them versus like
the Thunderbolts,
everyone. like
everyone,
Wakanda, like versus like everyone, because that attempt that they try to do to try to take the vibranium stuff, that's not gonna be the last. Like,
no.
So, and especially how they try to like spin it in that lady's speech, trying to say like, "Oh, we think you have weapons of mass destruction or whatever," when that's exactly the reason why you're coming to get the vibranium.
CIA director, what's her name? Val.
Yeah,
she was like, I dream. Oh, I would dream for the day we have.
I hated that. I hated that.
Yeah,
it was a good line and good acting, but it was just like
it made you hate her. I dream of the day we have some vibranium. Like, I said,
I feel like all she was missing was just. I feel like she wanted to do that. I could just taste it.
She pulled the cup out of my dog's drawer like that. Pulled them handcuffs out.
I thought it would have been funny if it was fuzzy. It would have been funny if it was fuzzy. I said I would have been dying in the movie. I'd be like, oh, hey, yo.
In the theaters, when she said, "Oh, I'm gonna just," did you put in that home gin? Because I want to just come over and jump on your Peloton. Everybody laughed. And I saw it twice, and everybody laughed both times. Did they laugh at your theater?
Yes, that was a funny line.
Like the studio audience of color.
Jump on your Peloton. Hey, yo, baby me. And they divorced. I didn't know he was married to her. I was like, wow. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That was a good tie-in.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I got some stuff I gotta do. But have a great rest of the stream and podcast, guys. All right.
All right, then.
As far as things in this movie that I thought were weak, that any scene with Val, and I understand her importance to the overall picture and setting up what's happening next in the MCU, and I just don't care right now. Like I'm sick of her and her purple streak.
I was wondering why her hair was different in this versus at the end of Black Widow and Captain America. Like this whole, it seemed like I was like, does she have powers? Because that definitely was given like villain, super villain. Like she was ready to just like her and just make things happen. As far as her look,
all I see is Elaine from Seinfeld and that stupid dance. I can't take her seriously.
Oh, I love her. Did you ever watch any episodes of Veep? If you've ever seen some of Veep, she's funny. She's funny.
I'm sure that she's great. Her character, I'm just like, why are you here right now? I don't want to spend time with you. Like, so
yeah, like
annoys me.
I haven't like spent enough time with her character to truly care about her. Like, I don't care about her at all. Like when she comes on the screen, and I know that she's trying to be like intimidating. Like I know she's trying.
Up to no
it's
good.
Not happening. Like it's just like the only thing. Like the only thing is just like making like anger more than people be like, oh, what's she about to do? Like it's like, oh, what is she about to do?
Here she go with this shit again.
Like
here she go.
What you trying to bring to America? Like what you trying to do?
Yeah,
like, that's it. But like it's not like, oh, I'm scared of you. Like it's like, oh, girl, what you doing? Like it's like, come on.
She was triggering with that line, like, "Ooh, I dream of it." I just wanted to slap her in the face. I'm not gonna lie. Just backhand.
Wait, Omar, what are you saying about the Okoye beads? Or the Okoye beads? Kimoyo beads? Oh, what about them?
What is it? Ain't no way they were able to.
Yeah,
when she said she bugged the beads, I was like, how?
How'd you do that?
She might have
and
put
how would they not know?
Right,
they knew a drone was 30,000 feet in the air targeting Shuri. How would they not know the Kimoyo beads were bugged?
I think just some of the
or tampered with
in this movie, just little things, and it's like it doesn't change it, but it's just not as clean as it is on the surface.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't change my rating, but I do see
Right.
that is a plot hole. That is a plot hole for sure. But kind of going to Dwayne's question really quick, and then we can close out soon. But like, I know that they're going to be having TV shows. Like they're going to have Wakanda based shows that are going to be coming to Disney Plus. I think it's like 2, maybe 3 different shows that Ryan Coogler, had announced was going to be coming. So I expect that in those shows, if those shows happen or if any of the shows happen before the next Black Panther movie happens, then that will definitely change the course. They may deal with more of the world is hating us in the shows and then set up the movie for the next big story plot that they want to push. I think that's what they might do, which has me concerned again if Ryan Coogler's not the one with the hands on the wheel, because the executives that have been running the shows for Disney Plus and the holds that they have been placing and the barriers and the difficulties that they've been placing in front of these creators of the shows have been affecting the show. And so I will close out with this question, because obviously we love the movie. We have different ratings, but we love the movie. I felt like this was an amazing movie at itself. And as in, it is an MCU movie. So I was like, oh, I'm really excited about this movie, but it didn't give, it didn't install or reinstall my faith of the MCU since I'm sure that Black Panther is solid. So the next Black Panther, I'm like, oh, we're in for a good movie. But the next MCU property, this didn't lend that excitement. Just like, Infinity War, how we felt after Infinity War, we're like, oh, we can't wait to see the next thing. Endgame happened, we're like, we can't wait to see the next thing. Black Panther, I'm like, I'm excited to see the next Black Panther, not excited to see the next MCU property. What about you guys? Did this change your needle or direct your needle in how you may feel about the MCU as a whole?
For me personally, I don't even really like look at it like that, especially with a movie like Black Panther. I don't know. I don't want to be biased and be like, this is kind of like a us movie, like our movie, like you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, this one had nothing to do with like you know what I mean. This kind of is on its own pedestal a little bit. So that's just how I kind of look at it and feel about it. That's how I felt when it first came out. Like you know what I mean. I'm just like instead of comparing it to those other movies, I compared it to like all the movies out. Like you know what I mean. It was like on a different tier. Like for me.
Yeah,
we know we ain't come up really seeing too many black superheroes, and that, like none of that kind of stuff, and not winning. Normally, it just ain't go down like that. So to see that, everybody for like 2 weeks was all across Instagram was like this, like, like, man, what you about to do? A trust fall? No, bitch, I saw Black Panther 12 times. So that's just what it was.
Jazz and Tiffie, what about you guys?
I like you said, like I kind of look at, and I kind of feel like I do look at like the Black Panther movies as like their own thing. Like even though I know it is tied into the MCU, I still look at it as like their own genre, if I could say, because it doesn't have like their movies don't have like the same feel as the other Marvel movies to me, and I think that's why it sets itself apart. But I also know what's coming in the next phases of like Marvel and stuff, and I'm still not excited. Like I'm still not excited as much. Like I'm excited to see Kang, what they're gonna do with him, and like see like how that's gonna go. But as far as like everybody that I've seen so far, like in like the shows and everything like that, like I'm not really that hyped for like what's coming out. It's just like I'm watching it just to see, just to keep up. Like I'm just watching it almost just like to keep up with what's happening, just in case something bigger happens later on and I can understand what's going on. But like right now, I am just like kind of coasting as far as my excitement. I'm like, all right, this happening, okay. And then that's it.
That's funny. I get you. Tiffie, what about you?
For me, it doesn't really change any expectations or anything that I have for the MCU. I think it'll be interesting to see how Black Panther gets incorporated more, because I think that they do such a great job. Not that it's not without its issues or valid critiques, but I think that Black Panther does such a great job of integrating the culture into this comic book and comic book movie space that I'm excited to see how that continues to spread and where we see Black Panther inspired things or whatever just within the MCU. So it doesn't change my excitement of it. I don't get excited about things like that because there's enough skepticism to just be like, we'll see how this plays out. I'm along for the journey. I think the conversations that can happen around it are interesting when people are, the assumption that they're going to age this T'Challa up and I don't know. And I'm not attached to it either way. They specifically said in that post-credit scene that they were raising him away from Wakanda so that he wasn't around any of the pressures of the throne. So this idea that they're suddenly going to age him up to replace Chadwick Boseman, and I'm like, oh, I feel like we should all just maybe relax just a little bit and enjoy the ride. His death was unprecedented and it knocked everything off course. And I think that the creative teams especially are trying to do the best. And I saw a lot of discourse in the chat about why are they going so far away from the comic books and things like that. I think that's a strength of the MCU, deciding where in the comic book lore they want to stray away and what they want to keep and ultimately create something new. So I'm here for the journey. That was
Tiffany, really quick. How do you feel about the aging up aspect? Are you a fan of that?
I think that they should let him age.
Just in general, like in like you watch something, you watch 2 seasons, the 3rd season, 10 years later, 5 years later, or like.
I don't think that I've watched a whole lot of things where there have been wild age up things, except recently for House of the Dragon.
Okay.
And I was not a fan of the way that they aged things up because while I understand that they were trying to get to a specific point in those books to give us the real action, we lost so much character growth along the way that I felt like it's been really important. So in the case of T'Challa and anyone else that's very young right now, if you want us to care about these characters, maybe don't skip out on all of the growth.
Right. Well, I need some flashbacks. We need some flashbacks in between this time to see how they got to that point.
We need something to balance it out. So I would prefer no aging up. We can have these movies for years, and God willing, I'll be around to see them. There's no need to rush. And that was something that Marvel did really well in the first phases of the MCU. The reason why we cared so much by the time we got to Infinity War and Endgame is because we had spent a journey.
It was 20 damn movies.
Right. And it was what the DCEU did not do very well. So don't trip at the finish line now. Let's keep it slow. There's no need to rush it. We're good.
All right. I feel you.
So before because I do agree with everything that you guys are saying. Before we close out, we do have 3 super chats that we're gonna address, and then we will close out for today. Shout out to Tat How. And Tat House says, what messed me up was Ramonda moment talking about losing both children and Okoye losing her. That scene, that was a tough scene for me as well. And she's like, have I not, my whole family is gone. Or even that line when they said, well, maybe this is too harsh because she raised up her sword or her spear against her husband. And she's like, where's her treacherous husband? In a place where she could visit him. My husband is gone.
Yeah, it was a strong short monologue. She did a good job with that.
But when she pointed out that all of them from the previous movie had stood with Killmonger, let him take over the throne, and that's what led to the shit that we're in right now. Everybody shut the fuck up. That's what she said, but they couldn't say.
All right, hello.
They all did.
They did. Next super chat we have is from Hypnotic Zant. They said no, it was actually just an earthquake. Oh, are you talking about under the water?
Under the water, yeah.
Okay, saying it was actually just an earthquake. Okay, if that's the case, then all right. But I know it's also kind of to start the whispers of Namor or Namor, depending on when you're gonna, because since they had talked about that. The next and last super chat that we have, shout out to Buddy Nation, aka Azza. Can we talk about Riri Williams? Oh, what Riri Williams, that's always a tongue tie for me, said to Okoye about her makeup. That scene was hilarious. It was. And then especially when M'Baku said, you bald-headed demon. Like that was
very funny. Yeah, my whole theater was laughing on that part.
I thought you were about to say something else.
I don't know what you're thinking, but yes.
The hose.
Yep, I thought I was like, damn, I might do that. Watch this movie.
If he had said that, I'd be like, that's hella disrespectful. That's not funny. Demon was funnier. But
she kept touching the makeup like this. Like, how does it look? Like, Man, if you don't
And you
leave
can
that head
tell because it
alone,
was starting to become patchy at the end. It's like, no, stop. You can't pat it like that.
you can't
We
do it
didn't use
like
enough
that,
setting
man.
spray.
That is hilarious. Oh, we do have one more super chat that just came in. Shout out to Hypnotic Zant, who said Namor or
Hypnotic.
Namor. Said he's a mutant, one step slider to X-Men. Yes, because and that I thought was out of place for him to say mutant. We know that he's a mutant, but do you know about mutants? Like, for you to say it, it's not like it's something that's been that I think that he would have known right now, because as far as the MCU, the only one that said it was Miss Marvel in her show, all the way up in Jersey, and they all the way up in Wakanda, you know? So I don't think he would have known that term. I'm just glad that they didn't do the that they did for Miss Marvel and that they did for Doctor Strange, because that ish was like lame AF. Okay, like, okay, I know some fans probably would have loved it, but it was like, oh, he's a mutant. I was like, okay, now calm down now.
It was made for fans like me who was in the theater fighting tears. Okay.
Y'all think he gonna be able to fly again, or is his wing gonna grow back?
Nah. I don't know.
I don't
know. He had that thing wrapped up.
Because he had it for years. Maybe.
I don't think it's ever been cut off. So I think he's trying to figure that out too.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think he might find some more of the herb somewhere, and then it'll probably grow back or something.
They'll probably make him like an artificial one, because like now like they're like in a truce, so to say. Because
they could make him a little.
I feel like Namor will get like an artificial wing if it doesn't grow back. Like they'll help him get like a little artificial wing, and he'll fly again. But then he's gonna backstab him, and then it's gonna be fighting again.
I would have,
because that little mural at the end basically showed that he's not done fighting him.
Omar said deep ice bath.
He's not done fighting him, or he's writing the history because he's documenting what happened.
Oh, I took it as he ain't done yet. That's how I took it.
Because I thought it was like documenting
hieroglyphics, or we see cave paintings or whatever. It's the history of what happened.
That's very cool.
And, but I did think that they left it purposely like up in the air.
Yeah.
Is he more chill? Is he not? Is he just gonna be cool so long as they're cool?
This is the first major MCU villain that they have let stay alive.
Yep, since
besides Loki.
Thanos.
Thanos they ended up killing.
Well, no, I'm saying like when they introduce him and like let him.
Yeah.
He made it out of the movie.
Yeah, like he made it out the movie, because usually they introduce a villain and then kill him.
You got up out of there.
Like the Thor movie. Like as soon as they introduced that villain, I was like, he gonna die at the end of the movies. I don't care about him. And I was right.
And that like we can't go long. But also when he said, "Oh, I'm dying," I'm like, you was sick this whole time? Like they ain't never said that this whole time. That's a Thor movie, but we could talk about that another time, because that was just a straight up disappointment. Okay, but before we close out, everybody can say who you are. First off, I do want to thank all of our guests and our hosts for coming. And it was an amazing movie, amazing talk. But before we close out, if everybody, we'll start with Tiffie and we'll just go backwards, where you could say who you are, like where people can find you. And then if you have anything coming up that you want to shout out, anything you're doing, big or small, anything. All right, take it away.
Wow. So my name is Tiffie Starchild, and you can find me on the internet at Tiffie Starchild. Let me see. The only thing I'm really doing right now is I have a villain PR series that's pretty fun. So if you like,
it's funny.
Thank you. If you like, I'm just defending villains, and I don't always believe the things that I'm saying, but just come and let me gaslight you. TikTok is the best place to see them. If you're into nerdy things, and if you like fashion accessories, I'll be doing a takeover for Loungefly that does all like the mini backpacks and stuff.
I love
be doing their
Loungefly.
Black Panther takeover for this account and for their European account. So that's where you can find me on the internet.
Yay! All right, T. Oh no, Jazz. Sorry, I was looking at this thing. It's an out of order on my screen. Okay, go.
Oh, okay. So I'm Jazzy Guns. You can find me here on YouTube mostly, because I'm not on Twitch. I technically am, but I'm just like a mod. But I am probably gonna do a stream maybe tonight. I was a little sleepy today because I didn't get that much sleep. So I apologize if I look like I was falling asleep on stream, because I was trying to fight my sleep demon from catching me slipping on this stream. So I'm sorry. And that's it.
Okay. This was quite the monologue there.
And that's the end.
Yeah, I had to let y'all
Taking stuff in a
know.
deeper hole herself.
All right, T, where can the people find
What's
you?
going on, everybody? I'm Tpindell. You can find me at my link tree. It's on every platform. Tpindell on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. I'm doing something that entertains you, that you're into, whether it's gaming, vlogging, skits, public interviews, podcasts, Real Talk Pill Talk podcast. That always gets a little wild and crazy. And a new channel coming soon. It's gonna be a auto channel I'm working on, so be on the lookout for that.
You said it's a what channel?
It's an auto car,
vehicle. Car, okay.
We talk about it in post, man. I cop something new, so I'm excited.
Okay, and Charlie, where can the people find you?
Charlie on YouTube or Twitter.
Okay, and
all right.
and I'm iChristine, and you can find me iChristine Games. Do I have something going on? I stream on the gaming channel. I feel like I do have something. I can't remember it. Just follow me everywhere, and I'll let you know when I do it. What I do. Okay. All right. And that was everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We will see you. No show next week because Thanksgiving is next week. So shout out to
God.
Yes,
I forgot.
I forgot too, bro. I just remembered right before the show. Yeah. So no show next week, so everybody can have time to spend with their family, and then we'll be back after Thanksgiving, and we could talk about how everybody was and if you survived Black Friday or not. So
I'm about to eat so good this year, dog. I'm so hungry.
Wait, is Thanksgiving next week?
Yeah, next week.
Next Thursday.
Too late.
It's happening.
It's next Thursday. Yeah,
I gotta go grocery shopping this week. So that
we ain't done none of that neither yet. Like, man.
Yeah, you gotta get ready.
You gotta do it now before it be the week of, and everybody take everything.
No, that shit's empty. Yup.
Yep. Like a hurricane came through.
Hey, I went to the store yesterday, and that shit was already empty. I was like, "Yup, Thanksgiving coming up."
They have already started with Walmart too. They've already started. People are like buying up, loading up already. Yeah. So make sure y'all go to the stores. Be safe. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you after Thanksgiving.
Peace.